What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Kai Beam Podcast, episode 22. I am your co-host Kai Beam, and I'm here, of course, with Mr. Elusive and Gomdo. And the topics I want to say today are kind of light, but I'm pretty sure it still will be like over 2 hours as usual, because we just go off on tangents and shit. But I have some smaller ones right here that I'll talk about really quickly just to start off. Last week, Apex, it got hacked. Unless you were, under a rock and didn't know that, if you're a player like I am who pretty much is grinding right now, like especially ranked. But, so the story goes is that basically these hackers wanted to shed light, which I understand, but Titanfall is an old game at this point, but they basically wanted to bring light to the fact that Titanfall 1 is basically unplayable because it got hacked into the ground to the point to where even if you try to load up, like the servers are just down. And like people have been asking like Respawn and EA to do something about it for like years, and they haven't done shit. So then they decided to just like hack Apex to like gain it, like propel attention over there. But like the scummy part about that is like Titanfall, like if you're not gonna fix it, why are you still selling it? Because apparently that's what they're doing. They're still selling Titanfall as if you could just play it, as any other game. When if you buy it and you try multiplayer, you're not gonna be able to play. And then
isn't Titanfall only multiplayer?
Yeah, the first one is and but
what the fuck?
Exactly. So the thing is, people are afraid of is like, okay, well, how long is it before Titanfall 2 goes under? And then what happens? And after they're done with that, they go to Apex, and that shit gets just shut down or something. I don't know, man. Like,
But
it's fucking EA. They should
this
really
is
invest.
pretty much like EA shit right here, where they always do this. Like, even with Battlefield, like these guys will release a game and it will not even be a year or half into a Battlefield life cycle, and all of a sudden they will tell you like, "Hey, well, we're just gonna stop support for this game and releasing any kind of like updates and whatnot for it." Like, come on, man. It's a game that you guys are releasing and trying to like make people to be hyped for this shit and tell people like this is a great game, buy it, and we're gonna support it over like a really long lifetime. But guess what? They're not gonna support that shit because they can like
Money.
not see how they can monetize that shit over and over. If they cannot do that, they're just gonna like drop the game and not release updates and patches for it.
Right.
Which is kind of scummy because they're the one who released the game as a freaking online game. If it was just a single player game, nobody would be complaining about that shit because people would just mod the game and just play it in their own way that they want to play it. But
Right.
you release the game as a freaking online game that is on a server somewhere, wherever the fuck that server is at, but they don't want to release a patch to like fix simple bugs that breaks the game. Like simple bugs such as, I mean, it's not simple obviously because I'm not gonna fucking tell you I'm a software engineer, but like a game that requires online to play. If you're gonna connect to an online server, I want to be able to connect to the online server and freaking play the game. Why
Right.
would you sell me a game that I'm gonna buy? Then when I connect to it, I can't even connect to it to do the simple shit that it's such as playing the game itself.
Right.
It's like a scam, essentially.
It is a scam.
If not, just shut the servers down.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You might
They
as well
call it
just
a day.
come out and just say, "Hey, we're just shutting the whole thing down." Bye. Like
That's
I feel
that's
like they
kinda
should have
terrible
done
for
that.
Respawn.
Yeah, because like you have Titanfall 2 at this point, and honestly, it's gonna look real bad if the shit that happened to Titanfall 1 happens to Titanfall 2 as well. It's like, what are we doing here, man?
I mean,
Titanfall 3
it's not
actually
far
ever
away.
comes out.
It's
Yeah.
not far away.
Yeah.
It may actually happen because like if they didn't like take notice for the attack on Apex, because I know they're gonna take that shit seriously because Apex literally prints them money, but
Right.
if they don't take that shit seriously, then obviously people are just gonna keep moving to all that EA games and pretty much just start like messing with it messing with the servers until they actually take notice of it.
Right.
So we'll see if
Yeah.
they actually take notice of it.
Right.
I mean, I, I don't know. Like, that's really That is really scammy that they're doing that, and
Yeah, you might as well just stop selling the game, shut it down, and just call it a day. If you're not gonna
I
do
don't
Right.
anything to
expect
do
that
it,
from Respawn though, because Respawn is a separate entity from EA. EA just funds it.
But
yeah,
So
yeah,
EA,
but
EA
EA
are
is
the
the
ones who pay for the
publisher.
server.
Yeah,
They pay for the servers and all the everything
everything
that's
is
on there.
on the EA
It's on
servers.
their
yeah,
side.
no, they
Yeah.
pay for it, but Respawn is the ones who are in charge of that. Like I would expect Respawn to be like
I
on top of their game.
I
But
don't
hey,
think so. I think EA. I mean, I will say there's probably some onus there for sure. I'm not gonna absolve them of everything,
Now
but I think
Respawn's
EA
own the entire IP of Titanfall and Apex. The problem
EA
is
has their claws deep into. I think obviously
the
because it
problem
makes
is
them a lot of money.
the way I look at it is like this: EA already deemed like Titanfall, like the first Titanfall, like a failure because what they projected that game to sell didn't sell in that manner. So because it
no.
didn't sell in that manner, respawn like it didn't sell in the manner that they projected the game to sell. So they're not gonna give respawn any other money to fund the game into like make simple bug fixes and like upkeep and maintain the server, you know. So if EA, who's like the publisher, isn't paying them to maintain the server, respawn themselves are not gonna like put that money into that shit to like maintain the server. So it's like they just want to move on to pretty much Apex right now, which is their baby that just keep making money for them. So
Yeah, no, I'm actually looking at it right now, and there's an article that came out like 2 days ago that says like only 1 to 2 people left are working on the Titanfall franchise. The
right,
rest are working on Apex Legends. Which you're right because Apex does give them money. Like
It
this is
does.
why I say like games like Apex that are like this endless cash cow of money. Like don't expect a sequel anytime soon unless that shit starts to die out. Which I mean,
Right, which
Apex has been out since 2019, so and it's still going strong. I mean, granted, I haven't played it, but I mean, I don't really play games that much past couple of weeks or a month, anyways. But still, like this is what happens.
yeah. And I actually wanted to segue really quickly because I just had this little blurb in here to just because I just thought this story was insane, and it hits home actually to deal with hacking. Our buddy, one of our I guess temporary co-hosts, whenever he has time, Witty. This dude doesn't even really play on PlayStation all that much. This man's account got hacked. Nigga tried to fucking use his account and his card saved on it to buy Apex packs of all things. I just was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like as soon as he
Yeah.
told me that, I just immediately deleted all my cards and shit off there, dude. I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm never saving anything on there ever again, dude. Ever.
Nope. I took all my shit off. I mean, I know I didn't need to, but I took off PSN Plus because of that. I was like, I'm not even on here that much, anyways. Might as well just take that shit off because I did not think that would happen to him.
I didn't
Like,
either. When he texted me, and I felt kind of bad because like usually my watch like tells me when I get a message, but it didn't, and I saw it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it till like two hours later, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, someone hacked my account. Like, could you see if they changed my PSN?" I was like, "Oh shit." So then I looked.
He said, "Help! Help! I've been trying to reach you for hours."
this man sound like he's in a spy movie.
Yeah.
Talking about somebody stole my identity, man.
Yeah.
Check my name. Did they change my name, man?
Beam has been asleep for hours. He's like, "Oh, I let the city down."
Yeah. Dude,
Oh my
hacking
gosh.
like that is honestly insane, dude. I don't know how people do that shit, man.
It's not that
insane.
difficult, bro.
No.
Like,
It's insane.
if as long as somebody could get your password, they could change everything about your freaking life. With you'll be surprised how they can fucking do that shit, man.
Yeah.
Just from having your email address, they can fuck up your entire life, bro. Because all they gotta do is just type your email address to anything that is deemed like valuable, like your email can go to, and if they have access to your email, and they just have to hit forget password or reset password, and all they have to do is send them a link to your email, and that's done deal. Because they could just go through your email address and just like start resetting every fucking password that you deem important.
Yep, that's why I have two, just in case.
Yeah, and that's why, like, if you log into your email at work, office, or whatever, never tell it to remember password. And if you're done using like any kind of public server with your email address, just click delete history and delete the cookies and everything from that shit, because even if you tell them not to remember, it still remembers your history. Sometimes your email is still like just logged into that shit. So
Right.
That's why I use
make sure you
Brave.
delete your
Shout
cookies and
out
all
to
that, man.
Game over here who put me onto it, because Brave honestly is the best thing, the best browser out here. It doesn't keep any privacy traces or anything like that. Because Chrome, that shit is whack. That
Yeah,
shit is
Yep.
ass.
Chrome
That
is right.
that shit will
Speaking of
keep
that,
your fucking browser
I
history
need
to like
to.
fucking the beginning of Genesis, bro.
I need
The
to
Like it
get.
is
beginning of
so fucking
Genesis.
stupid. Like you'll log into some fucking other Google Chrome account browser somewhere else, and it has your history from a different Chrome browser that you were on. I'm like, what the fuck? This is stupid. Like you
Hell
guys are
yeah.
literally just trying to get people to get that information and identity and shit stolen from this shit.
Yeah.
Yep,
Stupid,
that
stupid.
is true. Honestly,
And
sad for Apex though. I mean,
I
Yeah.
mean, it is, but like that's the thing that if people who don't pay attention to that shit they're just really easy picking for a lot of people, and you would
yeah.
think like people like, oh yeah, just get a VPN, you'll be safe. VPN doesn't protect your ass from fucking stupidity.
I mean, it just
If
changes
you
your location. That's about
it
it.
change
But
exactly if it changes your location, you're just making it easy for whoever the fucking hackers at the damn next location you're server you're connecting to just steal your damn information. You still got to
honestly, they
use
only
like
use
proper
VPNs.
common
Just
sense anyway.
people who use VPNs for legal reasons only use it so they can watch certain
Watch,
shows on
yeah,
Yeah,
Netflix.
watch
that's
movies
that's
in
pretty
different
much
countries
it.
and
Yeah,
shit.
like that's the
That's
only
what I use
reason.
that shit for.
Yeah, that's pretty
That
much
is
it.
honestly the only reason. Because other than that, like it serves no purpose. If someone really wanted to get a hold of you, they would.
They
Like,
Right,
would.
right,
and these
right.
people right here are fighting a losing battle because, like I said before, if Apex is still going strong, they're not going to see that at all.
Oh,
Like I
No.
said, good luck for Titanfall 3 because you ain't gonna be seeing that for a minute.
Titanfall, like
Yeah, that shit is not coming out a
they
long
already
time
said
yet.
they have no immediate plan to bring Titanfall 3 right now out anyway. So
Nope, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There's people who are listening. There are a lot of games we got coming out that are just utterly disappointing, and it makes me want to just shoot myself in the fucking knee because it's just I don't know why they're making these decisions because the community who are actual well, I don't want to say who are actual fans, but the community who's been playing these games since day one have been really vocal about it, and they're just like, yeah, nope, but we'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
For sure. The next small thing I have that I put on here is that Star Wars is actually coming out, or Disney Plus, Disney Plus
Can't wait
show.
for it.
Yeah, it's an anime anthology series called Star Wars Visions, which, not gonna lie, sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it seems to be well, not Mappa. There's a studio that's I think either worked on Samurai Champloo. Oh no. Afro Samurai because they got like some similar style going on too. Because I honestly wanted to see a Star Wars like this because
Right.
I felt like with the lightsaber battles you could turn that shit into art, and with anime 2 being all flashy and shit. Ooh, there's 10 episodes on here. Niggas, there's the last episode called The Ninth Jedi. I don't know what the fuck that means, but all I know is that shit's about to be lit.
Yep. Yeah, that shit is about to be fucking baller, dude. I can't wait to.
Like,
Can't
so
wait to
it's
see it.
just gonna be different anime directors and studios creating their own version of like Star Wars animation or something.
yeah, like think of Love, Death, and Robot, but
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
just
Star
just
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yep.
Which, like I said, I'm all for it because
Yep. And what's
I
cool is
want I want them to do some poetic shit.
there's no overarching story or anything. Like each one will be something different. So
okay.
Yeah,
It's
because
just a
that's what I was.
self-contained story in
yeah,
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 okay.
because I think I seen there's a screenshot where it's showing Palpatine. I think it's Palpatine. I'm not quite sure.
yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. It does look like him. I think. I don't know.
But yeah.
We'll
Oh, okay.
figure it
No,
out.
it's Studio Trigger.
Let's do
So
okay.
yeah. I was afraid that that they were gonna try to turn this into a story, and I thought it was gonna be American made because you know how Disney likes to do their stuff now, where they try to make all things political and weird shit. So yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, it could be cool. It could suck, but I guess I'm gonna look forward to it and see if I like it or not.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
for
I'm
sure.
looking forward to it honestly because if this is like really popular, I hope they make a game out of this. I mean, that's a very wishful thinking, but yeah.
Shit, why not? A Star Wars anime game sounds pretty dope, actually.
But there's like multiple open world games being developed for Star Wars, right? I don't know what the hell story
Yeah,
they're gonna follow though.
I don't know. We still got Fallen Order 2 coming
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
which for
I
some
can't wait
reason it
for
hasn't
that.
been talking about at all. Um, Ubisoft is making their own game. Don't know about that one. Um, Remember a couple podcasts ago, I said that if you really wanted to make a perfect Star Wars game, you would just use the same mechanics as Ghost of Tsushima because the lightsabers have different sort of stances.
Right,
Right.
right.
That's all you need to do. And if they made this anime game, if they made an anime Star Wars game, do that. That shit right there would top Ghost of Tsushima for me.
It would, but again, it's just one of those things that, dude, I do just pretty much want to make a anime game. I mean, a Star Wars game for like true Star Wars, or do they want to just make something that will like just have a Star Wars IP and freaking print money for them again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because that's always what it comes to. Instead of just like making a game where like you put love into it and see what how the fans receive it, they would just rather like instead of doing that, they would rather just straight up just dump shit on you where it's like instant money.
I mean that's why I'm glad that Respawn was in charge of Fallen Order. I mean, despite the fact they got their own shit with uh, damn that game. Yeah, they did do the game. They did do Fallen Order pretty good,
yeah,
and
they
it's
did.
not like Battlefront 2 because the Battlefront series that came out, I thought that was going to be like how it was in the beginning before they rebooted it, but it was completely different. It was
Yeah,
it was ass.
ass. Yeah. Well,
So
that's
Titanfall,
that's
for
that's
God's
guys
sake.
for you because unfortunately,
Yeah,
I don't know why you would give that a Star Wars IP. If you're remaking Battlefront, why would you not give that to a studio that has, some knowledge in like RPG type shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why
I
would you
have no
give it? Why
idea.
would you give it to a company or your subsidiary that only focuses on FPS? Like, that's not that's not what Battlefront was, man. But
No,
I digress.
but yeah, that shit's in the sand now. I don't think they're ever going to make another one,
Nope.
and especially since Ubisoft has the IP now from now on. That's either going to get good or
Yeah,
worse.
yeah. I would say I'm thankful for that, but I just gotta wait and see, man. Because
No,
Ubisoft
I do too.
really could just fuck that shit up,
Wait,
I
man.
just,
you
Yeah.
think Ubisoft is gonna make a good Star Wars game?
I'll just
Yeah.
fucking wait. Oh shit.
Speaking of
Oh
new
man.
new games and stuff, this was surprising when I saw this on Twitter actually. So Santa Monica, the same people behind God of War, of course, they are making a new IP, and the way we know that is because they put up a job listing for a senior combat designer, and it says we're hiring an experienced combat designer who can bring next level character and boss designs to an unannounced title. So that has me very curious what they could be planning here.
Yeah.
Because if they take the shit that they've done in God of War, man, that shit. Honestly, I would go as far as to say God of War is kind of revolutionary with what it kind of brought, in
Yep.
terms of just the seamlessness of it all. Like you literally would just walk, and as soon as you pass that rock right there, you're just in a cutscene from the actual in-game shit. Like that shit was just crazy, dude. And then it just
Maybe
made so
they're making a
cinematic.
Thor Love and Thunder game.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't gonna
Right.
lie, that'd be pretty cool. Honestly, I've been only waiting to play God of War just for the PS5 so I get that actual experience. But I actually just found out that if you have the PlayStation Now subscription, you can play God of War on your PC now.
Oh wow. I know
So it's a weird ass loophole, but I mean somehow it works.
that. Shit. I'm
So
sure it'll look pretty damn good on there too.
yeah, I'm all for it, honestly. From how you guys described it, yeah, the I'm all for a new IP from Santa Monica, just
Yeah,
because like we honestly need more. We need more games.
we do.
Like I don't know why we're all about remasters because that's kind of been getting on my nerves a little bit. But
Yeah,
Because
it can only go so far,
remasters are
man.
really starting to piss me off because
Yeah.
like literally that's what fucking PlayStation these motherfuckers are like they're really talking about yeah who wants to play all these old games they don't even look that great but then you
oh,
turn around and freaking remake the old games and fucking want to make us pay money for it. We already have these games though. We just want to play the same game that we have. So why
Right.
the hell are you re-releasing the same game and trying to make us pay money for it?
I only
I don't
understand if they're
know.
remaking the game from the ground up. If it was like Ratchet and Clank, like the PS4 version, how they just basically rebooted it and remade it, yeah, I'll pay money for it. But
Right.
if you're just updating the graphics and making them less like pixely, no, I'm not gonna play it. Like I said, Naughty Dog is gonna be notorious for this one right here because not only are they triple dipping, they're about to quadruple dip right here. But the fact that
Remake the
they're over
fucking
here,
Last of
yeah,
Us.
how are you gonna remake a
Why?
game and then remake another game of the first game? How the
I don't
fuck do
know.
you do that?
I don't
So,
know, man.
like
Like
Is this your
it's
king? Is this your king?
yeah.
this
For
is
Sony,
like
it is.
it's just hilarious, man. I can't like
I really can't still get over that they're really going through with that. But it's like we discussed before. It's to push, the shit that they did in the second part to double down on it. That's what they're doing, pretty much.
Yep.
That's
I'm
pretty
pretty
much
sure
it.
that theory of ours is gonna be correct.
Yeah. And I will definitely. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I'm gonna get that game just because I want to see what fuckery they do. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm probably gonna stream it too and probably rage because, yeah, you know,
They
Last
did
of Us.
reveal that the Last of Us episodes is gonna be 10 episodes long, so that's 10 hours of bullshit that you're gonna have to watch.
now that
Oh
it's with
boy,
HBO, I can already see that shit running for one season and it getting canceled anyway. So
that is
Possibly it
true
depends.
because
Depends on how much funding they put on there or they pressure the HBO. I mean, who knows? HBO decided to cancel Lovecraft Country even though they had a whole fucking Bible's worth of plot and everything. I don't
bro,
know.
bro, I swear, like all these streaming services now, like they pretty much have turned into network television because now
that's
they have
exactly what it
so
is.
much freaking subscribers and content now. So like they don't really have to like rope people into subscribing for that shit anymore. Like they've become like a household name now. Like you ask anybody about HBO Go, Netflix, and whatever, it's pretty much like regular network TV now in a sense. So
That's
they don't have to continue with shows no more. They could just rope people
no,
into subscribing for shit, then they cancel it.
bro. The minute they Disney Plus announced that they were gonna or Disney was gonna do Disney Plus, it was like an oh fuck moment because you
Yep.
knew as soon as that popped up what was going to follow. When I started seeing HBO Max and then all of a sudden you see Paramount Plus, I was like, nigga, help me
Yep.
God. Like
There you go.
I was like, fuck, because they're like they want you to pay like $6, and yeah, at some point or another, you're gonna be paying sixty
Dude,
dollars for cable at
every
this point.
network have their own subscription service now. Every
Yeah,
Yeah,
network
and
TV
that's
has their
that
own
shit
subscription
is
service.
so trash, bro.
It's like
like
It's so
why?
trash.
I don't want to watch like nothing that BET puts out has good quality. Like I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't want to pay for a
Yeah,
subscription just to watch
there are
Tyler Perry put on a
definitely
whack ass wig on people.
there are definitely some that I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool, like Peacock or whatever the fuck those other ones, you know.
Oh, I thought Peacock was free. Did they
Peacock
start
is
charging?
NBC. They charge for it. It's so cheap.
Oh,
Like they have the free version of it where it comes with like you can watch shows on there for free, but you get a bunch of commercials.
that's
Then
fine. I mean, I
if you
don't
don't
want
want commercials, it's
that.
kind of like Hulu.
Right, like
Then you
Hulu,
could pay the
yeah.
premium price for it and don't get
That's
commercials. So that's kind
that's
of cool
that's
because
that is
they,
fine. Okay.
because like they pretty much didn't want to start competing with HBO Go or Netflix and all them because people already subscribed to this shit already like without a second notice. So they try to
Netflix is in their
make it
own hot water.
a easy barrier to entry to get into it. That's why they did that like that.
Right.
Right.
Netflix is
But
in their own hot water though. I'm not sure if you've heard.
What's
what's
going
going
on
on
over
though?
there?
Well, because with Mappa Studios, they did a show for Netflix, and they've also done, Attack on Titan. Pretty sure they're in charge of Vinland too. That one show that's kind of like Asgard, but Attack on Titan. And a
Yeah, I
lot of the
know.
people, yeah, a lot of people.
Isn't Vinland Saga on Amazon?
I honestly don't know. I think I've seen it on Netflix.
Oh,
I can look it up real quick. But
I thought Amazon had an exclusive deal to Vinland Saga.
let me see. Okay, actually no, it is on Amazon. My fault. But yeah, so like all these studios right here, these people who are in these animation studios are quitting because they have been, like, Netflix have been undercutting their pay. What I mean,
Oh,
like,
is
they
that
would
the
have
shit that somebody's getting paid $2 for making an entire
nigga,
freaking
they were getting paid like $26 per frame, like per frame. That shit is insane. I'm not saying like, hey, if you have
Wow.
to duplicate it, then you also get paid for that. No, per new drawing. So if it's a still frame, nigga, you eating ramen noodles tonight.
That is some criminal shit right
It
there,
is
bro.
criminal. Like, that's why I'm like, yeah, I want to be an animator, bro. I'm never gonna be an animator for a Japanese studio, because these people essentially
They're
get paid
talented. They're talented as fuck, bro. And
super
they're getting
talented.
paid. They're getting paid that fucking garbage money. Come on, man,
Yeah.
get that shit out of here.
No, it's honestly criminal. And then Netflix is just like, oh well, we're just gonna. They seem to be needing some more people, or they seem to undercut their prices, so we're just gonna make them lower so they can. I don't know, man. It's just.
That's why, like Netflix, they were pretty much happy to jump on that anime bandwagon because they know they could like just pay low money and just put out a bunch of fucking animes, and that's why you see that anime catalog right now is so fucking like dense because they got a bunch of animes that have released like in the recent years. So
Right.
it like besides that Crunchyroll and Funimation, like they're like the next anime spot to watch any kind of anime on, you know.
Yeah, I honestly
That's
I do not watch any anime on Netflix. It's
Netflix.
just
I don't either.
because it's just it's ass. Like, it's seriously ass. Okay, I'm looking at it here real quick, and they basically just been cut $34 per thing, and that's just, you gotta take in consideration how much time that's put out there for that. Like, a drawing that usually takes like 2 hours, it's pretty much $34 per 2 hours. I mean, I don't know. That's disgusting. It's
That's terrible, man. What the fuck, dude?
But yeah,
It's terrible.
who knows? It's terrible. I mean, a lot of terrible things have been happening. We know, kind of moving on to Richard Donner right here. This man, he passed away at 91. A lot of people know him for, the Superman movies. Actually, a funny story how that happened, because he was directing those movies, and then they cut him in the second one, so he had to do his own Zack Snyder version of the movies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, because
Wow.
it was weird, because the Donner cut, before the Donner cut, when Superman was fighting like Zod or something, they didn't just knock him out into space or anything. This nigga got arrested by the police, and that was it.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. So
Even back in the day, the police had clouts, man. These
I know.
motherfuckers can arrest superheroes with like world-shattering powers. All they gotta do is bring a badge and a fucking
Handcuff.
beat gun. Yep.
Hey, they arrested Thanos.
Yeah, I was just
somehow.
about
Don't
to
know how.
say that. Yeah, because I was just thinking, how they
That's when
fucking.
that's when Thanos was in his Thanos copter.
Yeah, this nigga was flying
Showing his,
away. They shot him out in the
Yeah.
sky and just put this nigga in some handcuffs, and he just went into
Yeah.
a jail cell. Like, what?
Put this nigga who was assumingly 8'2" in a little squad car and just shipped him off to Rikers. I don't know, but yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for Richard Donner, MCU would not be what it would be. Like, Kevin Feige talks about all the time how without Richard Donner, like, they basically watch the Superman movie every time they're getting ready to make whatever MCU film they have coming out.
Huh.
So, yeah, because, like I said, if not, that wouldn't have happened. Like I said, you'd be having, the early 2000s superhero shows coming out where everyone's wearing leather, or they got some weird, like, miscellaneous object that they're tied to, and it's supposed to make him that superhero. Like I'm telling you, a biker Iron Man would have been it. It would have been
No,
it.
no, no flying.
No flying. They would probably just have him jumping instead.
Yep.
But I don't know. Like that really sucks. Honestly, seeing legends like that go out.
Yeah,
I
same
mean,
shit.
not 91.
That's a long life. That's a
I'm
long
not
That is
life.
gonna
a long
like
life,
grieve
man.
for him. So it's just like, man, so rest in peace. He left a good legacy. So
Right,
He
yeah.
did.
So
exactly. Same
so
thing.
so salute to that man. He
Reminds
lived a
me
long,
of
good life.
reminds me
Yeah.
of like Stan Lee too. Rest in peace
All right.
as well.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm glad he got to leave out the way he did. Because you remember Stanley got like people were attacking him
Yeah,
after he
people were
died, and it was
attacking
just like,
him, and then you had people around him because he was old, like stealing shit from him. Like that shit is
yeah,
nasty, bro.
abusing him. I honestly think he probably died from the abuse. Like
Like shit is nasty, dude.
it was
I
Nasty.
mean,
terrible.
that's how it always is. Like, when old people are like very rich like that, it's kind of hard to know who to trust. Not even sometimes their family members are not even like very trustworthy because
Fuck
they
no.
don't have that best interest. They just want to like mooch off them until like keep fucking mooching and leeching off them until something is just bad. And yeah, they could just pass away because like they would just you would just have people who like if you're old and you have a fuck ton of money, you really don't know if this person who's taking care of you is like really a good person or just say counting down your days and where you're gonna pass away. So they try their best to like suck up all the like the humiliation and just act like they're really there for your best interest until you pass away and like probably leave that your will to them or something like that.
Yeah.
So you never know, man.
So any healthcare people need more better background checks because that stuff
Yep,
is real schemy.
it really
Uh,
is.
Yeah,
since we're talking about Marvel, you guys want to skip ahead to the movies and the Marvel stuff first
yeah.
before
We
we
could
get
do
into the
that.
rest?
We could do that.
So yeah, we've all seen Black Widow. These guys seen it before I did. I was trying to watch it in. I was trying to watch it after I watched Civil War. Why don't you guys go ahead and give your impressions about it first before?
Um, I'd say first of all, I'll just start from my rating. I'd say 7 out of 10. Um, I definitely agree because we've all had this discussion where it's just like there were certain aspects of it that were just like definitely early phase MCU for sure. But I do have to say that I did like seeing all the characters interact with each other and stuff like that. Like specifically Natasha and Yelena and their relationship, and then the whole family dynamic thing, and then obviously with Scarlo kind of handing the baton to Yelena, right, to be the new
Yeah.
Black Widow. Now, with the end credit scene, which I'm skipping ahead a little here, and spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, just click off or go ahead or whatever. But we have this Contessa here. She's kind of putting together this Dark Avengers team, and she's led Yelena astray because this bitch is over here saying, "Yeah, you want to find your sister's killer," and shows Hawkeye. It's like, all right, like this is like
I
this
mean,
is.
it is kind of pretty believable because Hawkeye did freaking go off the rails right there with his stupid ass running shit that he was doing in Endgame. So it's really easy to pin him as the killer for Natasha because like basically besides like saving the being one of the pieces that helped to save the universe, or should I say, yeah, the universe technically, but besides being one of the pieces that helped to save the universe, like he didn't really fucking like do anything on Earth within that 5 year gap where everybody got snapped. Everything that he did was just freaking horrible.
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
he was
he just
I
going
know he
around
was
killing
killing
people.
he was killing horrible people, but and like evil people who were just taking advantage of like this situation. But yeah, he wasn't doing anything like super heroic either. So it's
Uh,
easy to paint him as like the person who killed Natasha because technically she was still also a hitman. So and they already set that shit up in the movie where like both of them were talking and she asked him what I mean Yelena asks Natasha like what kind of guns or should I say what kind of bullets does that to the wall? And she's like, those aren't bullets or those are arrows. So like that shit was already set up right there. So it's like easy to paint
yeah.
Hawkeye as the bad guy. in that kind of situation.
Yeah,
they're almost making Contessa seem like she's like the Dark Nick Fury. Because
that's
exactly
I don't know how. What they said.
While you
they
guys were
said
saying this, I'm thinking like, how is she knowing about this stuff? Like, how does she know that it was her? It was Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy
Hawkeye,
Renner.
who got
Hawkeye that was on Vormir. Like, how would she know that?
I'm pretty sure because I remember Charlie from Emergency Awesome. He was saying that they basically came out and said she's supposed to basically be Dark Nick Fury. So again, that whole Dark Avengers.
There was a show that both of them, like that old Nick Fury show that they had in whatever fucking the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Oh yeah, that horrible one. He's living in like
with
a cave.
David Hasselhoff in it. Like she was there was a character variation of her who like both she and Nick Fury were partners. So she is technically like MCU version of that character.
Yeah, just
she like to call herself Val for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just so interesting how she's finding all this stuff out, and she like already knows. Like, I get that. Yeah, she probably knows that like the Captain America shield doesn't really belong to America. I honestly feel like that's like public knowledge at this point, or it should.
No, it's like it's one of those public knowledge that people just fucking choose to ignore.
Yeah, but no, she knows who was at what location at that given time. Like that's like. I feel like that's something that's like kept under wraps. Like I feel like no one's having press conferences about like who.
I mean, there was for a bit there where Tony was like fucking working for the whatever world government or whatever fucking UN or some stupid ass shit NATO. I don't know.
Shit with,
so I'm pretty sure they always like leave a debrief of shit that happens. So I wouldn't put it past her. She's working for some government entity. Like, you remember initially the Avengers also should have been like a government-centered program where like they have these overlord of big bosses behind the screen, like pulling the string for the Avengers and shit like that. So maybe there's a new version of that organization in play now, but the Avengers is too big to control, so they're trying to like create a counter Avengers,
which is
so,
dark.
like,
there's gonna be dark Avengers. You literally
pretty much like stop stupid ass rain and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, you literally have fucking Dark Cap already, and now you're gonna have this Black Widow and whoever else. I'm assuming, you know, we've seen a Abomination at this point. We've seen or we're gonna see Abomination. We've seen Zemo. You know, there's all these different people now. So yeah.
They just need their own Wolverine at this point because like they're getting there, or their own Spider-Man. Like who knows?
Right.
They haven't gotten that far yet.
If Toby or Andrew is gonna stick around, right?
That would be fucked up. He's just like, I know I've been all about responsibility, but fuck that.
But fuck that. He's ever since Gwen died. Yeah. Fuck that.
I'm here to lay the smackdown on heroes now.
I mean, wasn't there some
the friendly neighborhood?
Wasn't there some story where like Spider-Man like was working with Wolverine and they were just going around like killing people,
and he was an assassin?
People? I was just like, what?
Yeah, because essentially everyone in his family got murdered. So like Nick Fury, because of the fact that Peter Parker's parents were like SHIELD agents, so Nick Fury ended up adopting Spider-Man. And I guess at some point or another, this guy still became Spider-Man. But he was trained with Wolverine. I guess they were like actually like good friends, to where like not only
Wolverine has always been good friends, but it's just like Wolverine just like hate his guts because he just want to stop fucking talking, just like Deadpool.
Not this one. No, not this one. In this comic right here, man, this Spider-Man is deadly. Like, there's a reason why they say in the comics that Spider-Man is supposed to be like the greatest heroes because for one, this nigga holds back. And then
he does. Like he's like one of the only people who can really stop Hulk too. If Prime Spider-Man is like one of the people who are like they're listing like the comics that could like stop Hulk's rampage. It's not because he like stronger than Hulk or anything of that sort, but like he has the brains to be able to stop Hulk.
Right. This Assassin Spider-Man, like apparently he trained his spider sense so well that he just predicted the future. Like, that's how good he got. And then he tracked people's footprints. Not only that, he had the Black Widow thing where he would shoot, like, spikes into people's faces.
Jeez.
Dude was hardcore.
Yeah, that's some hardcore shit, bro.
No, he literally said he was a marksman. This dude was not playing around.
Shit. That
Man,
would be
I mean,
interesting to
all
see.
Spider-Man ability is like pretty deadly when he push it to the max, especially if he goes hardcore with it. It's just like he tries not to kill people. Is why most of the times you always see his abilities in the movies always them like fun stuff and shit like that. But this man literally like his spider sense is literally precognition.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then on
Yeah,
top of
and
that, too, like he has to purposely deactivate his like sticky thing so he doesn't rip people's
Right.
faces.
right, which is that's crazy. I didn't know that.
He did that in a
But
comic too when he was in the black suit. He said, "Yeah, give me this." He just ripped that person's face
suck
off.
it, suck it away.
Yeah,
see, because that shit is funny because like that reminds me of like the whole Superior Spider-Man thing when Doc Ock took over his body, and who did he punch? I think he punched like Scorpion's like mouth off.
yeah.
Because he didn't realize, he's like, holy shit. So this nigga's been holding back on us every time he's fought us. Crap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I love when he had that realization. He was like, "Damn, I could have got murked at any point."
Yeah. No, Spider-Man, like, he's one of my favorite heroes, dude. Like, just everything.
That's why you guys gotta read this comic where like Spider-Man never took off the symbiote suit, and Aunt May died in a fire, and he was just like, "Bet," and he just proceeded just to no. People knew Spider-Man attacked the villains because he would rip off their arms, and like he met the Kingpin at one point because the Kingpin went to go sent to assassinate because they knew who Peter Parker was at this point. That's how they got Aunt May killed, and yeah, Peter basically went to Kingpin's like house and he basically threw Shockers, Scorpion, and I think someone else's arm at the floor. He said, well, that was shit. then he got his face punched off.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That shit is crazy. It's crazy what Spider-Man can do. But honestly, like the way I see like Black Widow, I'm not gonna lie, I give it like a 5.5 out of 10 just because of the fact that I told these guys how I felt. You know, when I was watching it, I was watching, like I said, I watched Civil War before it because of the fact that it really goes hand in hand with like tying loose ends between Civil War and Infinity War. But the first 5 minutes of it took me out because when they had that fucking Nirvana song cover playing in the beginning, I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh, you mean when it started with like baby Natasha and
Yeah.
Yelena at the
Yeah.
beginning where it was kind of fucking weird
it was
too.
the font and everything. I was like, yo, this is like some 2005 shit right here. It actually no, I said it when in our group chat. I was like, this feels like this has like X-Men Origin energy all over it because they had the terrible music. At some point, like it had the exact same things as X-Men Origins Wolverine because they fucked up Taskmaster, which I don't care if she was a girl or not because if you wanted to do it to where you could mislead it to where she sounded like a dude, all you had to do was just fuck with the voice because she had a helmet on. But what they decided to do was have it to be where, you know, Black Widow ended up blowing up a building, and the person that she was supposed to kill, she had a daughter, blew up half her face like burnt lasagna, and she ended up turning out to be Taskmaster, and it was like the worst thing ever because she took off her mask and she just looked with her boiled fish eyes, just looking at Black Widow. I was like, man, this is fucking terrible. She only had like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue.
She didn't have much of anything. Yeah, it's.
The only thing I heard she said, "Is he gone?" Like, man, bitch. Like,
yeah, it's. I don't know why they do stuff like that. Cause like I said, that shit just kind of reminded me of like how they did Mandarin in Iron Man 3. Like, I really don't like when they just do. Like, it's fine. It's like
you guys
fine.
Talking about Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster. Because it's just like, I understand you're trying to like change it, like. But it just didn't work, man. It just was just trash.
I'm gonna tell you guys like what I told you guys in like the group chat. Like that entire movie could have happened without Taskmaster. Like she literally couldn't like you could literally have that same character but not name that character Taskmaster and name that character something else.
You could have just given
it would
her.
have still happened.
something else, and no
The
one would.
White Widow.
Yeah, White Widow.
Right.
Honestly, they could have done that because
They could have done that.
isn't that a
and
Black
they would
Widow
have still
villain
happened.
anyway? I'm pretty sure it is.
Right.
Like, there's
they
literally.
could have-
I'm not quite sure.
I don't think that's a thing, but like it
No, I'm
you could
pretty
have
sure.
just
I
named.
think it is because
Hell, it could have just been a made-up freaking villain just for the Black Widow movie. I would have still taken it. Just they should have just left Taskmaster out of that shit, bro. Because like the entire movie was just false advertisement and making like
because they
and
tried
it
to
wasn't-
make you think that Taskmaster had this huge overarching.
Right.
He really didn't. Like the
But
fight
he
scenes that
did.
they had were cool and everything. Like the action, don't get me fucked up. The action was on 10. Like that shit, explosions everywhere, fucking
It was.
fighting and whatnot.
That was good.
But it was pretty much predictable that Taskmaster pretty much was that guy's daughter.
Which-
fuck me. There goes our spoiler alert, guys.
Honestly, if anyone watches our podcast, we are all busted.
Yeah. I
You know,
mean,
the second
honestly,
video
We
yeah,
just
we
spoil
don't.
shit
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
but-
we don't. But another interesting aspect of that though is because do you guys remember in Endgame? Because I think Charlie was the one that pointed out like when they were there and Red Skull was there and he was saying daughter of what Dreykov, like isn't that the same dude that she was fighting? So is that not her dad? I'm pretty sure.
I honestly had no idea.
The only reason he called her that because like initially they were trying to do this stupid shit where like all the Black Widows like refer to like that one big boss as their father or whatever, but I guess that shit was just kind of fucking weird because it just make this man seem like a pimp. So
Yeah,
I mean
no,
that's
it was like
essentially what it was. Like
Yeah,
no
it was
lie.
like
lie.
it's like a Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like the whole movie felt like a sex trade thing.
no,
Like,
but
just-
no, that's literally what it was though.
No, it was.
That's what it
All
seemed
those
like, yeah.
little girls who get in traffic, it's pretty much like a damn fucking sex trafficking ring in a sense. But
Yeah.
instead of them having been like sex trafficked, they're pretty much getting experimented on and discarded when they get pumped full of drugs and. Okay,
Yeah.
it was just fucking horrible fucking trafficking movie.
Yeah.
No, it
Cause, like,
was.
what?
Also,
Cause-
I found a White Widow, but it has no relation to MCU. It was actual White Widow in real life, and she was a terrorist.
What the
Bro.
fuck?
Yeah, she was a terrorist in the 80s.
Okay then.
That
Alright.
does
She was
sounds like a
nicknamed
damn.
Germaine.
That
Yep.
does sound like a name for a
Yeah.
80s terrorist group.
Yeah.
No lie.
But man, it was, and I told Izzy here, I was like, if they really could have made this into a Disney Plus show, because I'm really disappointed how they did this. Like Scarlett Johansson got done so dirty in this MCU, like up until maybe 2015, or maybe 2014, like she was done so dirty with her character because in Iron Man 2, she was treated like a sex object. It was very apparent. And then you had that nigga that did Buffy the Vampire in Avengers 2. He messed her up too. And you have the chance to actually give her a proper backstory and stuff, but you don't do that. You do half-assed flashback stories where they talk about Budapest, kinda.
Yeah, and that
And it's
stupid
just-
Budapest shit. Even though they hyped it up so much, it just turned out to be her blowing up a fucking building with a lot of innocent people in there.
Yeah, with her eyes
Yeah.
just slowly closing. She's like,
Yeah.
like,
See, and that's the one thing. Like, I just wish the MCU. Like, I hope they just stop doing that. Because do you remember, like, how they kept hyping up? Oh, Nick Fury, how did he lose his eye? This nigga lost his eye from a fucking cat.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
are you? Like,
Alien
get the
cat,
fuck out of
alien
here, man.
alien
Like,
space
come
cap
on.
scratches
Like,
eye out.
yeah, the last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. Yeah,
Yeah,
from a
they
fucking
retconned
cat,
that.
bruh. Like, come on.
So
bruh.
stupid.
But no, like I
So
said,
dumb.
like if I had my way with the Black Widow like Disney Plus series, I would literally make it to be a murder mystery, and I would call it the Murder
Yep.
of the Widows, where the reason why Natasha has to go back to the Red Room is because these
It's
bitches
who's-
keep
right.
getting murdered.
Yep. Who's
And
getting
how-
who's getting murdered?
And
Exactly.
how could you have a good villain? You would have Taskmaster, but you know why this would be a good villain? It's because of the fact this nigga keeps manipulating her. Black Widow never gets manipulated because she always has like her defense mechanisms. But what if she actually ran into someone who could make her second guess herself? That would be a good story. I wish they did that, but they didn't.
Yeah. I
like
mean,
I said,
hopefully, if they do like a sequel, because obviously, as I said before, it's like Yelena's the main Black Widow now. So,
yeah,
if
that's how I
anything,
just looked at that entire
we'll
story, bro.
follow her.
I just
Yeah.
looked at it as Yelena's origin story instead of Scarlet
Yeah,
story because,
that's
like,
what it
if you look
was.
at it in that manner and just
Because we
don't even
saw,
fucking try to connect it to the main NCU, you'll be good.
yeah, we
Yeah.
saw more of her than anything. I do have to say, yeah, Florence, she did a great job. She definitely,
She did.
handles her character. So I think it'll be good to see how she interacts with like all the other Avengers. Whenever Avengers 5 and 6 and all that shit, she'll probably be in there. So,
She instantly became everyone's favorite.
yeah,
to be
because
honest.
she had the banter, she had she had good chemistry with Scarlet herself and her temperament. Like she's kind of like Natasha, but not. She's a lot, like we said, she's a lot more serious. Like,
Man, she's mean. She's mean as fuck.
She's
So
mean. Yeah, she is mean. So
Yep.
yeah.
And what's also I kind of liked about her character is like how she constantly kept making fun of that stupid ass pose, that over sexualization pose that they kept making Black Widow do in like the previous Iron Man movies and all the other fucking stupid ass iteration that follows after.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the
Like every time
funniest
she
part
dumps, she over here fucking spread her
had to
legs
have
and
been when they were taking down Dracov's like sky base,
laughs.
and then she
Right.
did the pose, and she's like, ugh.
It's like, yeah, because that shit was so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like the idea you spend like about fucking 20 seconds or 60 seconds doing that. You know how fast you could get your fucking skull blown open, especially if you're fighting like a bunch of fast aliens that moves like a bunch of I don't know, like xenomorph and shit, and you over here doing a pose. That's how you get your fucking skull split open right there. But I guess looking cool and posing is superhero shit, man. So oh well.
Yeah.
right.
So I don't know. Like the film could have been a lot better. It, like I said, if to me it had X and Origins energy all over it. I read something because they were talking. An article came out about the cut Robert Downey Jr. cameo that was supposed to happen, and it wasn't like they were gonna shoot a new scene. In fact, it was just supposed to be a deleted scene from Civil War, and they cut it. But they did it because of the fact that they were saying, "Oh, this is like a female movie." Or a female star film and stuff like that. We don't want to give the impression that she's helpless. But the context for which Robert Downey Jr. was going to go in there for was because he was basically saying, "Hey, be coming after your ass. I hope you know that. I hope you know that." But yeah, they did that. They did that
and
shit
besides,
again.
they should not even really cut that shit because in the end wasn't Natasha one of the people who actually sided with Iron Man in the end where she actually decided to go and work together with Tony.
Well,
She did in the beginning of Civil War, but
I mean,
but
initially she
switched sides.
didn't. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying though. She switched sides later on and decided to work with Tony and the government. So
No.
So why the hell-
No.
switched
She
to
started
Steve's side.
with Tony, yeah, and then switched to
Yeah.
Steve's side. That's why, like at the very end, when there was like that gap, and she got all that equipment, and she was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go bust out my friends from prison." So that's when she switched to Cap's side to help him out.
Yeah. Which is just, it's so weird that this random nigga that Scarlet somehow knows is like their own, not even like a Tony Stark. He just finds shit. Like I thought they already had their own Quinjet and he somehow stole one. Like I'm just like, bruh, I'm pretty sure Tony has like tags on those bitches and just like,
right,
if he wanted to, yeah, that shit just
has
yeah,
like a fuck ton of those
take that
things
back home.
laying around anywhere. So
Yeah.
and it would be an AI in that shit too. So
Yeah,
if you
they're like-
steal that shit, wouldn't it? I swear, man.
Bitch, I caught you. Yeah, that was like a plot hole right there. Like I don't know how the fuck he got that thing, but
That's
hey.
what I told you, man. Anybody who's watching Black Widow, just go into that shit. Don't even fucking go in there trying to go and connect it to anything to the MCU. That's the only way you're gonna enjoy that movie.
I mean, you can, but just know that like it feels like it could have been done a lot earlier. Like, that's why I say if you want to watch this movie, watch Civil War right before it, and then watch it afterwards because it's a good cliffhanger. It would be a good cliffhanger. I'm telling you, no, because imagine
it is.
If you had seen Black Widow after Civil War, and then you're like, wait a minute, why is she dead? Why is Clint the reason why she's supposed to be dead? That's a good cliffhanger right there.
Right.
That would make it grander. That would make the momentum stronger for
that would have been
an Endgame.
dude. Yeah, because that would have been like everyone would have been like, bro, what is he talking about? Why is she dead? And, we're trying to figure out, and we don't get that revelation until Endgame. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, no,
That would have been crazy.
Nigga, I'm
actually.
telling you.
Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, if they would have done that, that would have been a lot better. That's why I was so disappointed. And like I said, with this situation right here, where they took out Robert Downey Jr.'s cameo, bro, you could have made the story to where like people were actually looking after her, or they're looking for her. They're like, yeah, okay, we don't know where she's at, but we got some shit we got to figure out because something don't seem right. But
Yeah,
they cut it out.
that would
like
have
they did
created a
with
great
WandaVision.
hype, though.
Yeah.
You are right. It would have created a great hype because that would be like only this like that would be one of the biggest plot points that people will be talking about for like 2 or 3 years because
Yeah.
of how much the duration. Because like after that happens, they release a whole slew of other movies after Civil War, and people were like,
Exactly.
"Damn, she's still alive over here." But why would Hawkeye kill her? And
Yeah.
people will still be talking about that because even in Endgame when she saved Hawkeye, like people will still be wondering, is he evil now? Like, why is he gonna try to kill her and whatnot? And
Exactly.
Yeah,
eventually,
because imagine if you
Yeah.
saw that and then you saw the Endgame trailer and you saw this guy cutting people with swords and shit. And you're like,
right?
oh, this guy
This
definitely
is
went on
it, yeah.
defense. That,
He
man,
lost his mind.
bro. I'm telling you, that's all you had to have done. But they couldn't have done that. So, like I said, they sacrificed the build up. Like they said, the same thing they did with WandaVision. They took Doctor Strange out of the story. Not for the COVID reason, but for the other reason, because he was supposed to appear there. But they're like, yeah, no, we don't want a white man to save Scarlet, or not Scarlet, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but like, if you're sacrificing story and a plot to do that, you're fucking up. I'm sorry, you are.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something that's not fucking up.
5 out of
Loki,
10.
is Loki.
Loki.
That shit has been fucking
Woo.
fire, my nigga. That shit is my
You
favorite
got one
Disney.
more episode after this right
Yeah,
here. 'cause
nigga,
then
you can
gonna
start
have to watch-
watching from this Wednesday, my boy, because that shit is
Yeah.
flames, my boy.
Oh my
I
god,
fucking
man.
love that show, dude. That
This,
show.
the
was
episode that
tight.
came out, this one, episode 5, was probably the best one because at first I thought, okay, maybe Renslayer was actually gonna turn good because she's like, you know what, I don't know why I'm doing
That
this right.
that chick wasn't gonna turn
Yeah,
good.
she's
No,
a fuck.
she is
She's
a-
a
she is a
straight
bitch.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah,
bitch.
she's like, and the worst thing about it too is like she doesn't actually know, but she's just like, I don't know the same as you, but I still want to kill you just because of the fact that you just pissed me off. Like,
Yeah, like, it's
Because
come
like
on.
she pretty much liked what the status quo is, and she
Yep.
also likes being in charge. So
Exactly.
she's not
That
gonna
is
try to
exactly
fucking
it.
try to change anything that's going on. She
Yeah.
likes the job that she has. Like it gives her purpose, and I guess that's what everybody's looking for, like a purpose. Because even the Lokis who are in that shows don't seem to know what that purpose is.
And that's
'Cause
something they brought up too. Actually, not to cut you off. It's funny.
No, you good.
Because the older one, Richard E. Grant's Loki, like basically a future Loki, like them old.
yeah,
He's like, we're all of us, like, it doesn't matter which fucking version of us it is. We're all broken. We can't ever do shit right. And that's like, it's just cool to see, like, how our Loki we're following is having this kind of parallel character development aside
Right.
from his original self, right? Because his original self did all this shit, killed people,
And it
did all this
amounts to
stuff.
nothing at all.
Yeah, exactly. And it took him so long to realize that Thor loved him, that Odin loved him, that Frigga loved him, and
His
that he had a
mom,
place,
yeah, his mom
right?
and all that, right?
And then it took
Yeah.
all that, and he had to die from Thanos. And then this one, he still, in the beginning, was acting like an asshole, but connecting with Sylvie and Mobius, and then having like these kind of friends, people he could actually rely on, and then seeing
Right.
seeing himself, reflections of himself, who were what he was. It's like he's able to see the difference and be a better person. Like, it's cool. It's a great show.
And you also see that hesitation there every now and then because he doesn't always want to put like his trust in any of them either.
Exactly.
Because he
yeah.
always have this hesitation where like should he trust these guys even though they are like trying to see what's like his best interest and shit, but like he's always hesitant to trust them because he feel like he knows himself and he's like the default backstabby guy.
Right.
So
even Sylvie's the same way because they're all like together and stuff. Which I gotta say, I like how their relationship is slow cooking, like a nice seasoned
Yeah.
turd.
Yeah,
Butter.
it honestly, it's just there's just they have such good chemistry. Like that's the thing. Like they really knocked it out of the park. I think with casting female Loki. Her name's Sophia DiMartino. She's a great actress, and yeah, it's just like from where they were at because that from episode what was it 3 where they were stranded together. Yeah, where they were together and like they're trying to have to figure out how to get off Lamentus and it's about to blow up and they hate each other, but and then it's like they realize
at that end of that like that life, they were just like, well, if we're gonna hate each other, we might as well hate each other. Why in each other embracing?
Exactly, yeah, because that's exactly what happened. Because at that moment, they realized which I just thought it was hilarious. With Mobius poking fun at this nigga, he's like, "You seismic narcissist, you fell for yourself. Like, what's wrong with you, nigga?"
I mean, that's literally like the perfect definition. That's narcissism personified.
Yeah, no, it really is.
It's
like,
poetic.
I mean, it is, but it's
he's
just
like he's looking in the mirror. He's like, I look good. Look at my ass. I think I'm Black Superman.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Like as narcissistic as that is, it's like every Loki's different. So like Sylvie, just because of her upbringing, and everything, like she is Loki, but she's not though, right?
But
like she's a little bit more
and that's
edgy.
interesting though because like that's their first time they ever fucking met a female Loki. Because even when he teleported to that junk void area and asked all those stupid ass Lokis that have ever seen another female version of
they were all like,
he's like,
God no,
what the hell are you talking about?
They were just like, that
can you
sounds
even
horrible.
imagine a female version? I mean, that's a horrible idea. What is wrong with these fools? You guys accept a damn alligator Loki and you think a female Loki is like the worst idea ever? Speaking of alligator Loki,
dude.
Yeah, MVP for that guy, bro.
Yeah.
This nigga bit off President Loki's hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw the Throg. The Throg
cameo,
They got Chris
Frog.
Hemsworth stuck in a jar. He's just like,
He's like, it's just jumping around.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh,
yeah. They really knocked it on the park. I want you guys to pay attention to, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed the nod to Thor's. I'm not sure if Thor 4 will do it, but you know how they had future, present, and past versions of himself? Like, they kind of had that nod to the Thor comic where he was fighting against Gore.
Oh,
God Butcher.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on it, because they kind of had, like, it was kind of like a parallel to that too, because I kind of wonder if they will do that with for Thor.
You do have to wonder with like what Loki this show is doing. It's like this would explain how Jane is gonna even get a Mjolnir in the first place. Like, because we were trying all to think about like how is that gonna be possible unless he like gets Mjolnir repaired, but why would he do that? He has Stormbreaker. Like, there's no need for him to do that. So unless he got like there was an alternate version, alternate timeline, universe version, whatever, that just happens to come through and she is there to pick it up, and then she becomes a new Thor, and then maybe that would be cool if they did the future King Thor, past Thor, and present Thor having to fight Gore.
Or
that'd be crazy.
Whenever like Loki ends and the void gets destroyed, all of those shit start dropping from the void because those are from a different timeline. So all those like junk that is in the void start dropping back in different timelines or going back to just random timelines and shit. And Jane eventually finds out Mjolnir.
Yeah, because I was like to say we literally saw Mjolnir there, like just
sitting right behind the froggy tall.
That literally could happen. I don't know if you guys have heard heard anything about like the final episode, like people are speculating, because like it would make the most sense. It may be a Loki, but here's the thing.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
We have not. There's been pieces in trailers that we haven't seen yet. We have not seen this Odin-styled Loki yet, because he looks like he's a king, like a full-blown king.
The one that finally he may be the only Loki that succeeded where
all of them else failed. He probably killed Odin. He probably killed Thor. Wiped everything and just rules everything with the Iron Fist in his
That
universe.
is true because like they have been making this joke where like who's the superior Loki.
Exactly.
So he's gonna be the superior Loki because he succeeded where all those idiot Lokis failed at.
Exactly.
His name might be Superior Loki for all we know.
Because
you know how they play nods to that.
Right. Because all the Lokis say the same shit like glorious purpose and all this other shit, right? But what was it? Comics Explained Raw was saying how they might mix some things together, which I could see them doing instead of like introducing Kang so early, right? Maybe they take like his Immortus name and maybe this Loki that's this All King, he goes by Immortus. That would be kind of dope, actually. That would be pretty fucking sick.
They could do that. I can honestly see it. When they were talking about the house and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to be King because they had that whole library and stuff, and it was like the House of Possibility, and I was like, yeah, which I'm fine with it because I don't want nothing like half-assed. Like I don't want them. I just don't want them to do a WandaVision because, like I said, WandaVision is probably like on my lowest tiers of MCU shit because. They tried to tease the whole multiversal stuff. It's where we thought we have Quicksilver here, but we got.
They didn't go full in.
It just didn't.
They half-assed it.
Yeah, they just didn't do what they should have done.
Dickey instead.
Yeah. It just didn't work. Like I do like WandaVision for what it did though for Scarlet Witch's character though. It made her way more OP. That's cool. Yeah. But don't try to tell us that you're gonna be doing multiverse shit and you don't actually do it. Like that's just what it was, Whereas with Falcon and Winter Soldier, we already knew what that was gonna be. Just a straightforward, self-contained story. That's all it was.
Yeah. But there was no theories. Like I don't have any theories for Loki or Falcon. I mean, the only theory maybe was because of the fact that like one of the showrunners was teasing the episode 5 for Falcon was going to be sad, and everyone thought it was going to be Chadwick Boseman showing up. That was like about it. But even with Loki, we already knew that it was going to be a multiversal thing. Just from the first episode when they teased Secret Wars, we're like, yep, this is the end of it. This is the beginning of multiversal madness.
Yep. So that's gonna be sick, man. I can't wait. And especially too, another thing we have to look forward to is they finally announced the release date for the What If show. I believe that's coming out in August, so we don't have to wait that long. So that's gonna be even more multiversal shit because we seem to be getting this sort of multiverse Avengers team going on, that's just gonna be fucking sick, dude. You have the Thanos Gamora, like she looks fucking badass. You got fucking Ultron with all his damn Infinity Gem decked out bling bling fucking body. You got Killmonger, who seems like he became a version of Black Panther, and there's just gonna be a whole bunch of shit going on, dude. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that shit is gonna be sick.
People are upset that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans aren't gonna voice those characters, which I mean, I'm not sure if anyone's noticed, but Robert Downey Jr. is kind of separating himself
from the MCU.
MCU, yeah.
Which I mean, hey, if he just doesn't feel like coming back, that's just what it is. I mean, it did kind of take me off guard when I first saw the trailer. Like, it sounded different, but I was like, okay, I can understand. He just isn't ready to come back yet. Maybe when we get to Secret Wars, he'll be like, oh yeah, for sure, I'll come back, because that'll be like 5 or 6 years, maybe 7 years down the line, So maybe he'll be.
I mean, no, like he actually separated himself. He unfollowed everyone on Instagram. Like he unfollowed Tom Holland, Chris Evans, like everyone. Like he completely separated himself. So like, no one knows what that's about. People think he's trying to have his own business to do that, which I'm pretty sure I'm not saying he's never gonna come back, because he's ingrained to that. Every Avengers star has a matching tattoo, the original 6. Yeah.
I mean, even with that, why do people always look too much into stuff, bro? Maybe he just don't want to freaking follow people anymore. Just because you acted together in the freaking show or in a freaking movies for years doesn't mean you gotta have to follow this. They're not in a damn relationship. You can follow them if you doesn't fucking want to follow them.
Yeah,
I don't know why people blow shit out of proportion, dude.
See, because
some people thought that Wolverine was gonna come back, but it was just a nod to Richard Donner.
Right. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I didn't know that, but yeah, that's that
Yeah.
same thing. You guys remember when Chadwick had passed? May he rest in peace. And it caused like people were like flaming Elizabeth Olsen because she didn't come on and do a fucking post when you don't even know if she like contacted his family
The family
privately.
personally and
Like,
just
why the fuck
exactly
should she have
and
to
just
post
call them
something?
as
Which that caused her to just delete all her socials. Like, I would have like,
I
I
would delete that
understand
shit too
because
because
that
people
shit
are
is fucking
fucking stupid.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I have to publicly come out to say something if like that is not genuine at all? Because I would rather like call the person's family personally and tell them my condolences than fucking
Probably
having to
did.
post it on
Yeah, I'm
fucking
sure
like
she did. She
social
seems
media.
like a great
Like
person.
why?
I'm sure she did that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. Those things happen.
People
Like I said, people do those things that they don't understand. So
That's what I
Yeah.
told you,
there
man.
is that.
Social media, like it makes it like the idea that people can share their opinions so easily on social media. Like they get this idea that somebody always owe them something on there that they
Exactly.
can just easily voice that shit if they don't like when somebody say something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Stupid.
is true.
It's fucking stupid.
Real quick, I like. Do you guys want to talk about the movies, like other movies we've been watching, real quick, that we can get back into gaming and then like movie announcements?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't have that much because honestly, this entire week I've been watching like nothing but turn your brain off movies. Watched Fast 9. That movie was kind of like the same thing like Black Widow because I turned my brain off for that too. I actually want I want to see the sequel just because of the fact I want to see how ridiculous it can get. Like you guys, this movie was so ridiculous, bro. There was a point.
How did you
there's a-
like the space car?
I don't know how the fuck they got into space because essentially they brought back people. They brought back people who had no prior expertise in aerophysics. Yet Bow Wow and this one country boy from Tokyo Drift are somehow like pilots. They're like air pilots and like aerophysicists, or like somehow. And they take Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris to space. This all sounds like a fever dream right now. But yeah, they take them to space. Tyrese is just like like screaming.
You are the one who literally said all these motherfuckers are now superheroes. They all have
No, I
superpowers.
did say that they're superheroes. Bro, there's another scene in the beginning before John Cena shows up where Tyrese is surrounded by 14 armed niggas and they have the high ground and they're shooting at Tyrese and he doesn't get hit. He doesn't get wounded. No, the thing is though, I say he doesn't get wounded. He did get shot, but the bullets did not pierce his skin. Like
oh damn!
They showed us. They showed a scene where he had bullet marks in his arms, but the guy was not bleeding. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
They're superheroes, man.
No, they are. And the thing is, the part that I liked about the movie, and I'm kind of getting a little loud right now, but the thing I liked about the movie was that Tyrese, throughout the movie, was just like, "Don't you kind of notice how we're like kind of fucking invincible?"
Oh,
Wait,
so they're
what?
trying to break the fourth wall and shit.
Yeah, he was getting really meta with it. He was
Like,
just like,
damn,
we did a lot of shit right here that we probably should have made it out of. Like that submarine thing. Like I'm not even gonna talk about that. Like this guy is essentially the voice of reason and what the audience is thinking. Because I like that the writers are doing that. They're taking that feedback from the film and they're just throwing it back out there to the actual Fast and Furious world, and they're just like, "Man, sit your dumb ass down." That's literally what they said.
Exactly. Like people don't come over here to watch your stupid commentary. We come in here to enjoy like the dumb mind action movie that's going on around this bitch.
Exactly. Like, the craziest thing, there are 3 crazy moments right here where Vin Diesel should have been fucking obliterated. Like that one where he basically did Tarzan with Letty. Because John Cena just somehow executed this aerial tactic move where he drove his perfectly fine street car that should not have any traction on dirt road whatsoever, drove it off a cliff, and then a plane swooped him up like a seagull does fish, and took off.
I saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, no, when he swung, I said, okay, that's the thing I had to see. I was like, how the fuck are they gonna land? Bro, they should have died because they swung all the way around the little area and then somehow unattached themselves and basically rolled onto the other island. The car was beat up and it looked like a can of crushed like raviolis, and they are still okay.
Wow.
I was like, this is fantastic. I said, I'm loving this. And Vin Diesel fell like 300 feet and landed in the water. He should have died because I'm pretty sure he hit terminal velocity, but he didn't. The only thing he got was like an anime vision of his dad in the past. Like, you remember that one T4-star thing where Frieza was reaccounting for things he wasn't a part of?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
essentially what Vin Diesel did.
Oh my god.
He somehow learned his life lesson about things he wasn't even physically there for.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the last crazy thing he did, and I swear I'm done. The last crazy thing was he flipped this like semi truck off, like rolled that thing down a hill, and that thing was on fire. And guess what he did? He still drove it a couple blocks down the street, and then he jumped out unscathed.
And
Oh
like
my
all this
God.
shit that you're explaining, bro, it sounds like you're making this shit up, but it's not even fucking made
No,
up, bro.
I'm
It's
not
just,
making it
that's
up.
just how fucking ridiculous that is, bro.
I
Like-
might not be using the right putting the points like together properly, but I swear to God, like verbatim, that's literally what happened. Like it is like a fever dream. Like I like I said, I fucking love it because it's just like it made no sense. Like I gotta say also too, being in the movie theaters was actually kind of weird. I have not been to the movie
You saw it in IMAX, or you just saw it like?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it at this one movie theater by the water. Beam, I'm not sure if you remember Rusting Away, but they had that movie. Yeah.
I can't wait to get back out there, man. I want to try it.
Yeah.
I never been to that movie theater. Never got the chance.
It's really good. The seats were really nice too. I mean, you got to do that reservation thing, but yeah, it was.
Oh
it was
yeah,
it was
that's
weird...
what they do now. Like every time you go in there, you gotta like. Pick,
I'm glad.
You gotta pick a specific seat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, the experience was really weird to me just because of the fact that like I haven't been in the movie theaters in like a year and a half. I think honestly even before pre-pandemic, just because there weren't really any movies that I wanted to watch. But being around people who like were wearing masks and weren't wearing masks, I was like,
It was
bro,
weird.
I'm out of my fucking element. Yeah, like just like the other stuff too. It's just like even being surrounded by people like socially. I almost started talking to the nigga next to me. I didn't even know. I was so weird. I caught myself. I was like, what the fuck is
This man
going on?
needed human contact. He's like,
No, I did.
I've been cooped up in my apartment for ages, man. Talk to me, please.
Bro, it was how I've been before out in public is nowhere near how I am now. That's all I can say. But anyways, that movie is what I watched too. I watched the movie Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt as the guy. That movie was.
Oh my god, that movie was awful.
That movie was fucking bad, bro. Like,
Babe, you
again,
saw that movie yet? It's on Amazon for
no.
free, bro.
The movie,
Fuck
the
no, I
movie.
didn't watch that movie, dude.
This movie is all about non-physics. Like this whole week has been non-physics
Right.
for me because in the first 5 minutes, Chris Pratt should have been splat. This guy somehow survived
Surviving a
diving
like, okay,
hundreds of feet and landing in a shallow pool.
are we
And
gonna
he was just
explain
like,
how he was supposed to splat on the concrete and somehow the camera shift him?
Yeah,
Like
no,
somebody
that
moved
was the only one.
moving with a force ability
Yeah.
on top of the pool.
Like
the
God
plot
somehow
armor.
shifted him because I was like, bro, he's not landing in that pool. He's
No,
gonna
he
hit
wasn't.
his hip. He's gonna hit his hip on the corner of the pool,
That's
and he's gonna
a
be half
Jedi
a breath.
ability to fucking push this man in the pool, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
I saw that. I
my
said, bro, I said that
God.
didn't look right. That didn't
You
look
know how in
natural.
video games they have invisible walls? Like literally an invisible wall pushed his ass in the pool.
Like not
Because
even
he's-
GTA. Like GTA would have got me killed if I would have did that. If I landed from the sky and landed on a sky pool, I would have been dead.
Oh my
Like somehow he
goodness.
just survived. And like the plot of the movie is essentially Independence Day, but they come from the future, and it was so weird because it takes place in 2022, and I guess people watch Super Bowl games and soccer now, so like they're all just
Right.
like, yeah, we're watching soccer. Next thing you know, a portal opens, and they're like, yeah, we need your help from the future, so we're gonna start recruiting you from the past. And they said what? And they had one of the worst. They had one of the worst drafts since Vietnam.
Yeah, that shit was
Like,
awful, bro. Even like old ass fucking people who look like they're about to fucking tip over and like straight up crook are going in the future to go and fight fucking aliens that move like These aliens, they're not slow moving aliens, bro. These
No.
are fucking aliens. Like
You
they
thought-
pretty much wiped out the entire world military, and you
Yeah,
somehow getting a bunch of 40-year-olds to go and fight them.
Yeah, you thought the Quiet Place was bad. Like those monsters in Tomorrow War would eat them up. Like they were moving
Yeah.
with swiftness, and yet they were having people with hip replacements.
Hip replacement, they
people that
fucking can't even
love
move
knees and
properly.
shit
Go
like
and
that.
fight these motherfuckers.
Had no military experience. They're just like, yeah, and then they fucked up on the transportation too. 'Cause like I
Right.
said, they got most of their platoon killed.
Just
fucking-
teleporting there gets you killed, bro.
These
Just
niggas
teleporting
were,
to the
were
walls
falling
and
from the
getting
sky, hitting the side of the building, not even touching the building, just hitting the floor. And they're just like, man, this was not supposed to happen. Like, you think?
killed.
Like,
That was just
bruh,
fucking awful.
the movie was weird. I now know why J.K. Simmons was buff. You remember that one scene like a while ago where J.K. Simmons took a picture where he was like lifting weights?
Yeah.
And
That's
he was
exactly
all
why.
buff. That was the movie. That was the movie right there. Yeah, he was like that because when you see this movie, he's like jacked up. He's
This
just like,
man looked like a jacked up. You know where every time, like sometimes when you go online and see this like ads like in the bottom of your laptop, or
Yeah.
I mean the bottom of your browser, where it says like he got this jack and he's like 65 or 70 years old or whatever. That's exactly
Yeah.
what this nigga look like, bro.
doctors
Like one
hate
of
this
those
guy.
fucking ads.
Yeah, and he's over here just like, I don't think you're serious. Like,
Then you click that shit and get a virus on your computer because you wanna see like this old bastard jack. I swear I fucked up most of my fucking house computers from clicking on stupid ads like that, bro.
yeah,
Because these just have a eye-catchy fucking clickbait titles, man.
yeah,
especially when they're
it's
impressionable,
crazy.
dude. Don't let
Yeah,
you be
when
young
I
and
was little-
impressionable. Yeah, dude.
You click on ads like that without even a second thought, then I'll just fucking walk away like I don't know what the fuck happened there. It's like, well, the computer have a virus on it. Yeah.
Yeah. God, but- yeah, if you want to watch that movie while you're like doing dishes or like going to sleep, then yeah, I'd watch that. movie.
I'm not gonna lie, like just like Fast, it has like really cool action sequence, but don't
It
go
does.
don't go in there.
But if you're expecting story and like something to kind of like,
No.
I won't even say like to get like an educate, like an intellectual like.
No,
watch.
none
Don't-
of the
don't
science
watch
in
it.
that shit. None of the science in that shit makes sense. So
But, like,
just don't
it's-
fucking.
It's
Turn off your
it's
brain
it's
by
a
that
movie
point.
from 2009. Like it's just a movie to turn your brain off, just switch that shit off.
Enjoy the action for what it is. The action is really good, but
Yeah.
turn your
I
brains
also
off and it's science related.
yeah I also like Izzy. Did you watch the Netflix Freaks? Is this one movie that
Oh
came
yeah,
out?
yeah. We both watched that. Hmm.
Bro, that movie is awful, bro. Like that movie.
Wait, Freaks? There are
Yeah.
two Freaks movie for Netflix. One is. Which one are you talking about?
Freaks with the girl that had the superpowers that she was
Oh, you hated
kind
that
of
one?
like.
You hated it?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't like that one just because of the fact that like I'm sorry I do not like little kid protagonists just because of the fact that they're just annoying as fuck, and then two, just the way that the story was going, I was
Yeah.
just okay. Like
Did you watch it to the end though, or did you?
I did where he got her mom out, but it was like the best scene for me was Barry Allen's mom getting shot.
Oh yeah.
like 6 times. Like she got gonna be fucked up. She
Oh
literally-
yeah. I forgot she
Girl,
was
the
in that
Flash,
movie.
Anybody who has that fucking Flash episode, like where that lady became, like the Speed Force became the villain, just watch Freaks and
Yeah.
gonna kick out.
This woman went from my precious little boy to you stupid ass girl, get out of my house. And then the funny thing was the fact that the police, the world is so prejudiced against mutants that
Yep.
if you don't even know what you're doing, they confuse you for a mutant.
They would shoot
And-
your ass immediately.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I'm pretty sure wasn't she the one who stabbed the no, what ended up happening was the police officer, the girl possessed the police officer to stab Barry Allen's mom in the eye. She's bleeding. She's like, oh shit, this
shit.
hurts. And then the police come and they're like, she's a
The
bleeder.
next,
I
yeah,
was like,
she's
what
a
is
bleeding
that?
out of the eye. Get her.
Like, that's the part that I didn't like is that they didn't explain like what other people can do. They just said, okay, these people are out here. They gave us a term that had no context to it. So I was like, okay, is a bleeder like a zombie or something? They're just like, she's bleeding, pop, 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 and like she shot her at her home. Like
that entire movie, like I mean, I guess that's one of the reasons I kind of like and also hate it because it started as one movie, then completely shifted. Because when it started off, it
Yeah.
seemed like the dad over here trying to make this little girl believe that they are in some form of fucking post-apocalyptic world, and everybody who's outside are evil people and shit who are trying to straight up murder all of them. Then eventually, when the little girl because the story is pretty much told from her perspective, right?
Right.
Where she's discovering what's going on in the world. So as she's discovering shit, that's how like the plot started expanding, and eventually we started getting shit from the dad's perspective too. But initially, when that shit started, it was just like that movie switched like a couple of genres in like the few opening sequences because it started as some post-apocalyptic movie, then it shift from there to like a little girl who got kidnapped by this like weird person who's trying to keep her over here, trying to make her believe he's her dad. Then it moved from there to a creepy ass old man outside the damn door with a fucking ice cream truck trying to lure,
Yeah, I remember when I
lure a little
first saw
girl into the
that.
fucking
I was
car.
like, where is this fucking going, bro? Like, what
Yeah,
the
like,
fuck
it
is
was just
this?
switching our genres like really fucking quickly, bro. Like
I will
especially like
say,
the creepy part with the guy with the fucking ice cream truck. That guy was fucking creepy.
Yeah,
I
no,
will
he was-
say
he was
one
the
of my
worst.
favorite parts had to have been when her mom broke out of the prison and
Oh yeah,
dude,
damn that
she
that
she was
right there is how I
overpowered as
imagine
shit.
any fucking superpowers are being used because like
Yeah,
there's
she was
no way like
overpowered
people who
as
can
shit.
fly like the force that they're coming down with like you saw that shit like how Superman in Man of Steel how Superman uses ability like he literally have to like slow himself down when he comes down because like if he just comes down with force like that
No, it's like
he
a
will start
meteor.
ripping fucking people apart, and that is how like that little girl's mom was using her ability. She was like off the edge, bro.
Yeah,
She wasn't
no,
even fucking
literally,
holding back.
from when she took off and those guards were coming, they just eviscerated and turned to
Yeah,
jelly.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when
from
she
that-
landed, everyone fucking died except her
Because
daughter. I was
she
just
creates
like,
a sonic
shit.
boom every time she fucking moves.
I was
So-
like, holy shit.
Yeah,
man.
that's the thing. I was just like, damn, because that shit will kill you.
It will. That's how I imagine like superpowers, like for real, like how if people actually have superpowers, they want to really mean to kill people, but just like the feedback from them using that ability in that manner is what will get people killed. Because if
Yeah.
Superman actually like taking off just from standing in one place and just taking off, he creates a sonic boom every time he takes off, so that will fucking get people killed.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It-
shit.
it's-
We kind of saw that with Flash. Remember when
Right.
he was on the negative speed force? I think it was over
Oh,
there
yeah.
creating like fucking explosions and shit,
Just
inadvertently
tearing shit up.
fucking
Without meaning to do
inadvertently
that.
killing people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's
I was gonna
crazy.
say even Invincible does that too.
Right.
He killed he killed that old woman. He like injured that one old woman worse than she already was because he was moving too fast and her arm was all looking like beef jerky. Yeah, this shit. Those movies, those are the movies that I was watching. I was just like, man, it feels good to be back in 2010. That's all I can say. But oh boy,
Did
Oh,
you guys
boy,
get
boy.
around to watching Fear Street yet? Or you guys
No,
just waiting
no,
for
I-
to watch all of it in one
Wait.
go?
watch what?
Fear Street.
Yeah, I remember it was the last. I think it like last podcast you told us about.
Yeah, last podcast I was trying to get you to watch that.
Yeah,
That-
I think I'm gonna wait.
It's
'cause you said
a
it's
Netflix.
series, right?
I mean, I watched this.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a series. It's a movie, but
Oh, okay.
it has like a 3-part trilogy kind of shit going for it, where like each of it is set in a different timeline, and even though like they're going like back in time the way the movie is shown, I will advise you to watch it the way they actually part 1, part 2, and part 3. Don't go and watch part 3, then watch part 2, then watch part 1 because you can watch it in that manner and it'll still make sense, but don't watch it in that manner because like it is more interesting if you watch it the way they Netflix actually premiered it, where you watch part 1, then part 2, then part 3. Because I just watched part 2 yesterday. I mean, was it yesterday? No, I watched part 2 on Friday. Yeah, because that's when it premiered. But like, it wasn't a like part. I would say part 1 was way more of a stronger premiere than part 2. But part 2, yeah,
Yeah, they know how to do their 80s and 90s, especially Netflix.
that 80s and 90s shows like it's on point. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's cool.
this shit got Stranger Things like rubbed all over it, and
Like even that chick from Stranger Things, like you remember the chick? Is this season? What is this season 3 or season 5? She
I think it was
season
like
4
season.
she came in.
I
Season
think it was
4.
season. It was season 2 because it was that dick ass brother of hers. That
Right. Okay. Yeah, it was season 2. Yeah. Yeah, she's in
yeah.
there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that. I'll have to watch it because yeah, I do want to watch some more stuff.
It's a really
Yes,
good,
sir.
really decent slasher slash horror show, and it's not really that scary because this just because the story itself is compelling. Because I feel like it has that Stranger Things vibe going for it, where it has that mystery to
Yeah.
it that they have to like who done it killer, but the killer's like right in your face kind of slasher shit.
Is it like Scream? Like when MTV made their own version of Scream and it wasn't really scary. It was just like nothing but thriller. Because
No, no, actually, this one it actually has like freaking like witchcraft and shit in it. So
oh,
it actually does have like the overarching story of it is actually like a witchcraft. Like this town that they live in is cursed, and every few not century but every few decade, like somebody the witches curse activate, and some random person or random jackass in town gets cursed, and they just go on a killing spree.
oh man.
And the town people are just so fucking stupid that every time this shit happen, they just blame it on they just blame it on the town being a shitty place instead of actually doing an investigation and shit.
Of course. I'll go definitely go ahead and give that a watch. Seems like they have I don't know any of these fucking people actually. Damn. Well,
It
yeah, I
has
guess
it
I'm
has
gonna give
that
it a watch.
it has that it slash Stranger Things vibe going for it with the nice like witch's curse thing also sprinkled in there. So that's why I liked it.
Right. Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
I'll
since
definitely
we're still on like shows and stuff, I wanted to quickly add in a little thing because I
Oh
saw
yeah.
Witcher season 2 is coming in December, so that's
Yep,
awesome.
I'm excited for that.
Yep, me too. Can't wait. Um,
They
yeah.
called it something too. It was like Witch or something.
No, because they have like
No,
two
it's the
different
anime. It's the
projects going
anime.
on. They have an animated shit they're doing, and then the actual like live action shit.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm seeing the Nightmare of the Wolf. I thought that was season 2.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, and then I guess yeah, it's going to more movie announcements. There's Transformers Primal, which I don't know how the fuck that's gonna work because apparently Optimus Prime is supposed to somehow be going back in time, and you
Become
have
a
Peter
robot.
Cullen returning. Yeah, you have Peter Cullen returning as Optimus Prime from the Bay movies, and then you're gonna have Ron Perlman voice Optimus Primal, which is just again weird because I could have swore those two niggas were the same person. Guess not.
So we're gonna have
What the
dinosaur
fuck?
Optimus Prime and regular
I
Optimus Prime
swear,
in this.
man.
Yep,
All
Uh,
these
fucking.
Transformer movies are
here
just
comes the
shit, bro.
selling of the merchandise. That
Yeah,
shit is gonna be
those.
selling
We
so
Yeah, it's
got
gonna
good.
be
Megatron. We got
such
Megatron
a.
with a T Rex arm or a T Rex head for an arm.
Oh
I can
my
just tell you that right now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
god.
I do kind of miss Transformer movies just because of the fact that they were bad. But like I said, I'm really getting to the point in my life where I just want to watch shit just to turn my brain off.
Yep.
'Cause that shit, my brain's overheating, and I just need something just to cool down. Cause no, I'm tired of people taking shit too seriously on this sort of medium. Um. So yeah, no.
Now at this point, like just turn your brains off. Movies seems to like really be hitting the spot now, man.
It is. It's like the itch that you need is scratching. Like, I'm telling you. Beam, did you want to go ahead and get the music? Because you seem to have some music for you.
Oh
Have
yeah,
the
yeah. Because I actually have some music stuff that I actually, got around to listening to some music. I managed to listen to two albums from two different artists. The first one I listened to was H.E.R. Yeah, I have this kind of blurb here that I'll just kind of paraphrase. So I started listening to her and the other artist named Snoh Aalegra mainly because of the when I was listening to them at the time, Joe Budden podcast, they actually gave good music recommendations. And yeah, so her is she's an interesting artist. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to any of her songs at all, but she has
yeah,
I
Daniel
have.
Caesar and some of her other stuff.
yeah, she has like a really great voice, and she definitely showcased it on this album. This is like her debut album too. Like she had some other projects back in the past, but this is like her actual like full length body of work. Shit has 21 songs on it. Comes in at 79 minutes. Basically, she had a little bit of everything on here. She had her like mature shit, but it was just funny because, like I said it here, I don't think I've ever heard the word nigga said so beautifully.
How'd she say it?
Because it's just in her voice, like her tone, just her tone, just her tone, just the way she says it. It's just
funny. Snippet of that?
I could try to find one, but like,
don't play the entire shit.
Yeah. But it's just funny because like I was just like she only did it on like two songs because like those were more of her like upbeat hip hoppy songs where she had like some like some features or whatever. But I just like her tone, like the way she has like the instrumentation going on and just her flows and her tone and everything and the language she's using. Like she's just a genius, dude. She's such a good artist, and I would think you guys would like it if you gave it a listen. My standout tracks. Oh, what were you gonna say, Izzy?
Nah, I listened to her, but I wouldn't like me. I listen to a fucking ton of music, so I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what song of her I listened to. But I know you told me to like recommend it.
Yeah,
so I do listen to songs.
Because I think she's great. She's great. My standout tracks personally for me were Bloody Waters. That was a great one. Damage is one of her singles that she released prior to the album, and that song is a fucking banger. She had Find a Way featuring Lil Baby. That's one of the songs where she was actually, acting her age and not acting like she's like 40. So
yeah.
So that was cool. She had a song named Come Through with Chris Brown. That one was really good. Another couple.
Still does music.
I know, right? I was surprised, honestly.
Because, Chris Brown is acting now.
Like he's had so many albums, but yeah, I was surprised. Like she had a song with him, and then my last few for hers were Cheat Code, Don't, For Anyone, They're Hard to Love. Those were great. But let me see if I can find. I don't want to.
Maybe you should just send it to us off.
Maybe off mic. Yeah, off mic.
You don't know how these music people are being.
Yeah.
With YouTube, so.
True. So yeah, I'll send it to you. But the other artist, as I said before, I got into her because of the Joe Budden podcast and them. They had just name dropped her, and I was curious, so I looked up her name, and yeah, I listened to her second album before this one, and that one was great too. But she released her album like this past Friday, and man, like I really enjoyed this one as well. If you like traditional R&B with some soul, and then she even has some like hip hop shit going on, I definitely give it a listen. She has some like introspective songs, like songs about love and heartbreak and like having fun and relationships and all that type of shit. And then there was some moments, like specifically one of the songs that were one of my standouts, called Taste. There were moments when I'm listening to her and she almost kind of reminded me of Michael Jackson for some reason, and it just that shit just kind of like, I was like, damn, this shit is hitting right now. So yeah, I definitely give it a listen. I really enjoyed it. And I forgot to say the names of the albums. Hers album is Back in My Mind, in case you're wondering, and then for her album, or Snoh Aalegra's album is Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies. And my standout tracks for this one were In Your Eyes, Just Like That, Tangerine Dream, In the Moment, featuring Tyler, the Creator, On My Mind, featuring James Fauntleroy, Taste, and Dying for Your Love. So, yeah, man, those are just, some like little quick reviews. Like I said, I would never lead you astray with like some bullshit. These artists, I definitely have my stamp. Like, they're super talented, and they were a great listen. So, if you're interested, check it out. So
all right. That. Yeah, I mean, I definitely could always use some more music in my life. I don't even think I've been listening to any music like that.
I haven't recently. I had to force myself. I was actually listening. I haven't finished it yet. I plan to do a review of it. Mariah the Scientist, she's another artist that I kind of recently came into. She released her album recently too, so I'm trying to give that a listen and see how that goes. So I just want to have like some more content on the pod, just other than what we normally do and whatnot.
Sure. We've hardly done any music. I remember when we first did our layout, we always had music as an option, and it was just like nothing. But it wasn't really like any musical reviews. It was more like kind of gossip or
yeah,
I don't know.
gossip or like other shit that we just thought was funny or something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
oh boy, it's a sad day for gaming. Like to this day, it's like a recession. Honestly, we got some weird shit going on here, man. On almost both sides.
I don't think a recession is the best term to say because these
Oh,
motherfuckers are making.
depression, depression.
It's a depression because
I feel like
depression
I'm
on the
sinking.
gamers. It's a depression on the gamers, but more fucking money for the damn gaming companies because even though we are all straight up just pissed off about shit, they're making a ton of money from this, man.
They
So
Yep.
are, and it's
Yeah.
so
that's
weird
what's
how
kind
they
of
make
pissing
all
me
this
off.
money. They
Yeah,
make all this money, yet they just have honestly
shit
they can't
products.
pay their workers. They can't do patches or nothing like that. I honestly would never get a Nintendo Switch. I got one for my sister.
I never got into
I
that
got
shit.
her the portable one too because I wanted her to be able to play on the go and stuff like that because I thought it would be cool. I thought it would be in like 1080p because honestly that was last generation's
Nope, 720p, man.
720p. And if you guys remember, me and my little sister were trying to
Play
play
Apex on
Apex
that shit.
together. Yeah, it was like a little bonding thing, and it was the worst because I was like, why can't you aim at this person? And she's like, I can't see him. So I tried to play. It's so bad. It's the worst. There's glitching. I guess you have another passive ability called teleportation in this, and it's not just an exclusive to just one character. No, my niggas, it's all of them.
This man said you got a passive ability called teleportation. I don't think that's one of the abilities, bro. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So recently they actually announced that amidst rumors going on that there was going to be a Nintendo Switch Pro, which is supposed to be like a 4K version or at least a higher resolution than 720p. And the only thing that made it difference was just the screen. That was it.
Wow.
It's like I don't even think it has a different name. It's
How
like
much are they? Did they call it Pro or how much are they?
no, it's not
charging
called the
for
Pro.
it?
Oh, but I think it's like at least $50 to $100 more, just for
Wow.
the OLED screen. But there's
Even
like
though
no
it's
changes to
basically
hardware.
the same crap.
No. Let me give you the specs right here, just to make y'all just shake your heads. And it was just the worst because they're over here like, where is it at? Okay, go to Polygon. These piece of shit site. Um, yeah. So they're like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a somewhat better battery life and all this other stuff, just which doesn't really mean anything because like I said, it's portable. So it's gonna be okay, $50 more. The only thing that they did was just make the screen brighter. So they had like I don't know what the fuck does 3D audio mean, but they
It's that
have
shit.
that.
It's that shit that they have on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. It's highly overrated. I mean, like if you got a good pair of headset, it's still awesome, but overrated.
Yeah, but you know what they also don't have is Bluetooth.
Of course they don't.
Yeah, so they have this 3D audio, but they don't have Bluetooth, which is just like, wow. Yeah, it's just like, wow. Like, guys, can you believe it? How we're in 2021? We got fucking talking watches now on some Anderson .Paak shit, and we can't even have fucking Bluetooth. Are you serious? At this point, I notice people are starting to make like controllers for their phones. I think I'd rather play games on my phone that way because I know it can handle it.
I mean, Xbox new xCloud shit that they're releasing, they pretty much have like made it where you can play console quality games on your fucking phone with your controller, and it looks fucking beautiful because even phones now can do 4K. So I don't even know why the hell damn Nintendo Switch can damn do 4K. It's like a dedicated gaming laptop.
They're just being fucking cheap. That's basically what it is.
No, this thing is ass. I will never get a Nintendo Switch. Like I said, the only thing that they made different was that it's just white and black now. You got a slightly larger screen that's OLED. Other than that, nope. Don't get fooled. Do not get fooled. Oh shit! It is. Oh, okay. Oh, my mistake. I thought it was $100 more, but no, it's fucking terrible, man. I'm tired of like studios are doing this. Like we need some like European like gaming franchises or something like that. Like, let me get a Play Baguette or something. Like, Because I just, because
But that's the problem, though.
lackadaisical with it.
Like the European companies are now also the ones running like fucking PlayStation now too. So like PlayStation is now becoming more westernized instead of like Japan centric. Because I don't know if you've heard or not, but like PlayStation 5 is not selling well in Japan at all.
Wow.
That's not surprising.
Xbox is outselling that shit over there.
Wow.
That is crazy.
That is crazy
Whoa.
because Xbox, I distinctly remember they did not have a good foothold in Japan, man.
Yeah, in fact, I think
But
they stopped selling
that
Xbox
just shows you how like Sony is now becoming out of touch with that fucking core audience, or should I say that core market and shit? Because like they don't even.
are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
That is extremely bad.
Yeah, let's get to the next one then too, because I got some games right here that they announced that just kind of blew me in the chest. Like I felt like I got hit with a rubber bullet because it just broke my heart. Because PlayStation State of the Play was a waste of time. Like these, like, you guys are talking about how like E3 was bad and everything, and how it would be good that if these separate studios had their own event that they could do whatever they wanted and they could show more and they wouldn't have any like time constraints or anything like that. Nope. Rather than talk about what's going on with the PlayStation, with more PlayStation 5s being developed or any other issues with the consoles, they showed Deathloop, some indie games.
I still don't get the hype around that Deathloop game, dude.
I
That
don't
shit
know.
looks
I don't know.
They're
either, man.
literally
That shit is
hyping it to
flop.
the ground.
that shit looks stupid
flop.
because it's gonna
gonna
flop as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the worst thing because it already doesn't sit well with me because they're basically trying to say, hey, this is a game that basically functions off of the quick save feature on Skyrim, and they're turning that into an actual feature in the game, which I can do that in Dishonored 1 through 2. So why is that the whole focus of the actual game? They don't show anything else that's making me interested in it. It's just the same old thing.
The same old thing, and no new gameplay at all. And even if it is a new gameplay, the shit still look whack as fuck. I don't even know why people are just like.
It looks bad, and
the more I see that game, the less I want to play it. Let me just put it that way.
That's essentially the effect that it's giving. The more you see something, you're just gonna be like, how many times are you gonna see something before you just like be like, yeah, I've seen enough? And it's
I don't understand the hype behind that game.
It's ass. It's fucking garbage, like you guys said. And like I said, instead of talking about the things that are really important, they didn't do any of that. So it's just like I asked this question: why would you skip out on E3 if you don't have nothing to show in your own event? That's pointless. You're wasting my time. I could have been sent through this through an email.
I don't get it either.
That's exactly why, like I keep saying, man, I just stop watching these shits. Like literally, I just wait for the fucking event to be over, look up what they announce, and just keep it moving. Like,
bro, watch it. I'm not playing. That's how I'm at that point right now. And like, okay, let's get on to the other things too, because there's some GTA 6 rumors that came out too. GTA 6 was apparently gonna go back to Vice City, which is Florida. Which, I mean, that's going to be interesting because...
And that shit is coming out in 2023 or 2020.
Which, I mean...
wow. I was being optimistic. Oh, never mind. Fuck you.
That's a ways off, my
sorry.
That's like
you guys think that's far away. That's not that far away.
It's 4 years.
I know you think 4 years is a long... But it's not. It's... Bro, this year is halfway done already.
That is true.
It's not going to be that long. But, yeah, you're returning back to Vice City, so there's a chance you're probably going to see... Donald Trump right now on a fucking 4-speeder. Who knows?
Telling people to re-elect him again.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, guys, I'm cool. I'm cool now.
Oh god.
You wanted a cool president. That guy over there, he's just creepy Joe. He's not cool at all."
Yeah. Yeah, but their whole gimmick right here that they said they want to do is like they want to have like a all the time evolving city like Fortnite. So which basically
turning freaking goodness.
Yeah, they're turning this thing into like a live service single player game.
This is what I'm talking about.
That makes me anxious. Boy, does that make y'all anxious?
Bro, these live service games, why the fuck is this going? Where are we going?
People doing this shit.
Man? I have no idea.
So fucking stupid, dude.
I really don't, because it's just like This basically tells me, because honestly, if you guys say you guys have never played Apex and you just played it, say like beginning of this year, that means you would not have experienced the previous maps ahead of time. So if you
No,
play it now,
it won't.
that means if you play GTA not like months after it came out, there's a chance that the map that people were playing before is not what you're going to experience. I do not like that.
That is a stupid idea because they know they're doing that shit on purpose because people have this like FOMO about missing out on shit, and they know there's money in that shit, dude. So if they can hype up every time like there's a new evolution to the city, and they can hype that shit up in a sense like, oh, this new season is coming out, it's gonna be a bomb season. You got to buy it. They will do that shit, man, just to have people keep trying to have that FOMO of missing out, and it's not gonna be any new. It's just gonna be the same shit, just because now they Fro, I know you can probably add to this where like I know they're creating like animation like technology now that can like randomize or create procedurally generated animation and shit. So in essence, they don't have to keep constantly going back in the studio and redoing the design. They can do that with animation now, right?
Yeah.
So in essence, they're doing that shit, even though they're trying to make you believe it's new content. It's just procedurally generated animation that keep reproducing the same shit over and over, but in a different setting.
How much could you really change a city? Like, you're not gonna be on some Apex shit where it's gonna be like, oh god, there's a lava exploded now, half the city's in lava now, or some shit like that.
You gotta think about this shit in real life at this point. If Florida has a hurricane, there's a chance GTA.
that's gonna be a hurricane.
What?
Like a storm watch and tell you, oh yeah, your character
what
got evacuated.
Yeah.
Then in GTA, you're gonna plan an entire heist around the hurricane that's coming. And say, oh, you want a hurricane heist? This is your chance.
Man.
You can only get it.
God, bro.
You can only get this event during the hurricane season.
That is some trash shit.
Banks out.
That is
play
trash.
The game for the first time, and your friend's been playing it for months on end. You play the game for the first time. Your character spawns in a flooded area. It's Hurricane Donnie.
And you start playing. When a hurricane is coming, you can like view it in real life and in game, and you can start planning your heist around the hurricane. And then you actually live in fucking Florida, and niggas are actually, hey man, aren't you going to evacuate? Nah, man, my GTA character got to fucking rob this bank.
Yeah.
So I got to wait, man.
I can't do it right now. It's also flooded too. My character doesn't know how to swim. So it's on fucking.
I'm waiting for the storm, dude. I gotta get this heist.
Oh my gosh, it's not the traffic that's gonna kill you, it's the weather too in this game. That's what they're trying to think that's what they're gonna do. But honestly, it's just
we're making fun of this shit, but that's what's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, no, like there's a lot of funny ways to die in GTA. Yeah, the fucking flood is not something I expected because
you're gonna get stung by a bee.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my gosh,
dude. So what happens? What happens? Like, let's say you're playing like a couple, like an hour or so before the fucking change happens or whatever, right? So does that mean you're just running around the city and you're just gonna immediately get just a huge ass tsunami? It's just gonna appear behind you, and you're just gonna get swept away or some shit.
I can imagine they'll do an update. Update to where your character was just like enjoying the sunny Palm Beaches of Florida. Not a care in the world. Next thing you know, you update it and it's August, and they say, "Oh, hurricane season!" It is just getting washed over.
After that happened, your character's gonna try to exploit everybody in the city by fucking buying up all their property and trying to resell it to people out of inflated price. Trying to sell them fucking hurricane insurance and weather insurance and shit.
Same time, avoiding sharks that swim under the 105. So I'm just saying though, honestly, this like jokes aside, they're talking about this being single player too. Like this whole maps changing too is gonna, of course, affect online, but the single player as well. So that means too that the game will have to be online all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
that's what's pissing me off though, because now you cannot really play the game if you're not logged into an internet connection. You can't really play your games no more. So unless for people who are on the road and have that like a PlayStation. If you got an RV, you got a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X.
That shit better have gigabit internet.
need to make internet, or you gotta connect to some fucking version of made up 5G
Yeah.
because you ain't gonna be playing any of that game online. I mean
Yeah.
offline.
Offline.
Wow.
Come back next moment. Next thing you know, you're in your pandemic arc. Your
I mean,
character doesn't have a mask.
this shit is gonna be
Yep.
same shit is going for this Assassin's Creed, right? Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
Infinity.
It's going for exactly the same shit, bro. All of them.
Oh my
Bruh.
God! I swear, when I
So
saw
fucking
this,
horrible, bro.
it was not even just the announcement that they're doing. It was the name. The name is what I was just like. I literally saw this at my desk. I took
Infinity,
my glasses
like
off and I just put
Infinite.
my hands over my eyes. I was just like, God, man.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Infinity,
Infinity.
which that's his code name. I don't think that'd be its real name. I hope to God it won't be its real name, because when
Infinite
studios run out of
Assassin.
yeah, when studios run out of ideas, you go to space, you go to the future, or you do some infinity shit. That's basically what you do. And Assassin's Creed Infinity, their intention for this game right here is they want to make it a live service. They want to make it all the time changing like Fortnite. And like I said, I don't know why Fortnite is their target audience, because I'm pretty sure in like 5 years, unless we get on some end game shit where we got Korg playing in 2023, like I don't think Fortnite's gonna be that popular.
No,
Like
it'll be
in the next
popular
Well,
with the kids,
you
maybe.
can't blame even like kids that fucking run away from Fortnite now, because like sometimes when I'm playing Apex, I just hear a bunch of screaming ass fucking kids on fucking Apex, and that shit just pisses me off, because like instead of them playing the game,
Yeah,
they
they're just
rather
fucking
telling me
around.
how much like they want to get this armor. It's like, leave me the armor, please. Let me
Yep.
get the armor. Come on.
Yeah,
Shut
and
the
like
fuck up and get your own damn armor, you fool.
it doesn't make me feel good about this, because of the fact that, for one, uh, of course this is going to be live service. They've already basically been testing it out with Valhalla, and you know how that is. Like that game, I know y'all don't play that, but that game is still buggy. Their clothing still clips through like their skin, their hair, and all that stuff.
Oh my god.
All these different glitches right here, and I don't think they're gonna fix it at all. I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna spurt out a bunch of microtransactions with the different armor sets and stuff like that. Um, if they end up doing somehow Japan, it's gonna be half-assed, because I don't think that they're ever gonna want to include all like a dedicated Assassin's Creed game centered around Japan. Like, I know they're saying that they're having all these different gaming studios collab with them. That doesn't make me feel good, because I don't know what that looks like.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, Destiny, Assassin's Creed, here we go, because I'm just
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where a game is going, man. It's not anywhere good though. I'll tell you that.
And then they said they want to make the map bigger. You remember how big Valhalla was? That map
So
was?
to the point where that's one of the reasons I stopped playing that game, because it's just so big. Your horse is slow as shit, and it's just like
you heard your horse like running out of breath.
Yeah,
He's like, like, what the hell? Like,
and it's even worse when you're in fucking Asgard, because you don't like, that was one of the stupidest things to me, is like, you're in Asgard, you're basically fucking Odin. You can't just transform into a bird and fly or some shit. Like, come on, man.
yeah,
Like, come on.
They really could have alleviated that with just you turning into a bird, but no, you had to travel around parts of an island.
Why would they make it easier if they want to try to sell you a horse that can fucking run in like 200 miles per hour?
Bro, you can't even access the horse,
Yeah,
because
no.
you're like going through a different plane of existence. That was the thing. Like, you could actually access like a moose. Not like that nigga's any faster though.
No, it really fucking isn't.
But
And
the
plus,
thing is, though,
there was
it's
a
just
lot
like,
of shit you had to climb to. It's just like, I'm just
oh,
like,
it was the
man,
worst,
this
bro.
is
Like
so
the parkour was just so bad, because it was like, that's why the people, like, I'm looking at the comments too that people were talking about. They're like, yeah, if you think the parkour is gonna be good, like, I hope you yeah, I hope you don't get too disappointed, because they just gotten worse and worse with the parkour, to where I feel like Nathan Drake himself could just outrun them. Because, like, no, when I was playing it, I remember I remember the last point I actually stopped playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla was because I was trying to upgrade my armor, and I had to do that by hunting wolves and stuff. And it's not like they had a bunch of them either. they would spawn like 3 at a time. I needed 12, so I had to wait. And when I was climbing down, I guess Eivor just like has like this moments where he just doesn't want to climb. He fucking lets go, and
Yeah.
he's just like
Yep.
just
Yep. That's
dies.
happened to me a
It's
couple
just-
times too. You'll just be climbing, they just let go, and you're dead.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was like, bro, like not even Ezio would do that. Like Ezio would at least he would jump on the wrong items and he would still hold on. Like Eivor, he would just let go and he's just like, let Odin be with me. Like just
That shit
it's
sick.
oh man,
I
I
don't
don't know.
think I'm gonna get another Assassin's Creed game for a
I
long
don't.
fucking
I
time.
really don't. I
honestly.
really don't want to get this Assassin's Creed. I don't want. I'm afraid for the Star Wars game that they have out because you know for a fact, the same thing with that Avatar game they announced in E3 that they're gonna just have the same thing, a super large ass open world with just 2D non interesting characters, and then a beacon that you have to get your waypoint to in order to unlock more of the map. It's all the same.
It
The
really
formula
is,
all the same.
unfortunately. Like, it doesn't matter what game it is. It really
Like,
is.
I put up with Assassin's Creed with it so much just because of the fact that like by the time you got to like Unity and everything, because like the previous ones were pretty similar, they had different activities that you can do with it, and they were starting to become like creative, but no, not anymore. Now you're just climbing trees and praying to a one-eyed old man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll be touching a fucking Assassin's Creed game for a long time, man. Honestly.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's pretty much it for me. Like
Yeah.
this is definitely like a long one right here.
Yeah,
I had
we're
a
at
lot
2
of stuff.
hours
I just
flat.
yeah. Oh dang! Really?
Yep.
Holy shit! Okay, I didn't know that. That's actually not so bad. But
No.
yeah. All I gotta say is like I feel like movies are just starting to become a little bit better, and gaming is just starting to become slightly worse. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I kind of feel like I kind of want to play Apex now. Now that I've been talking about it, I'm pretty sure I got to go through a huge ass update though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past, because if you haven't played in a while, there's like all this shit that's been going on now. Yeah, Apex has actually been fun, man. Like, it's part of the reason, like I was telling you guys, I haven't been like, usually we have party chats like every once in a while, but we really haven't lately, because I've actually met like a lot of cool people playing ranked. So I've been playing a lot of ranked. I'm close to diamond.
This man over here playing with the best and best in the Apex world now.
Yeah,
Like, you guys want to know? It's been such a long time since we've been in the party. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's been a long ass time.
Yeah, it's been a
Like,
fucking minute.
even though it's been like a week,
been
like, we haven't been like in a.
It's been a month
PlayStation
plus now.
party.
Yeah,
Has it?
It's been like almost like 3 or 4 weeks we haven't been in a party session. Like
Yeah.
usually we are in there like at least once or twice a week, but
Yeah.
we've not gotten that. Like we've gone like about 2 weeks without being in a party chat together.
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm just like, if I do that, like, I can't focus. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm trying not to let my team down because those fucking lobbies get sweaty as all fuck, dude. It's like, you just can't do shit. Like, you have to communicate, oh, I broke this nigga. Oh, this nigga's rushing us. You know, like, you have to be alert at all times. Like, I can't be doing that and then try to joke with you niggas because then I'm just going to get fucking shot. You know what I'm saying?
Delta 9er, we got him.
I mean, that's the entire reason we be sucking at Apex, because we would just be over here in a game. They would just go on a damn tangent on something stupid, and
Oh,
yeah, we just
before we
fuck
can even
around when we
communi-
play.
yeah.
That's what
honestly,
I
my
enjoy.
controller is
Can't
not
even get
reliable
shot.
too.
Yeah.
Bro, every time I get a new controller, shit just fails me every single time.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't get the hype behind this PlayStation 5 controller. I don't really like using it at all. I hope they can release a third-party controller that I will be able to use. Because
I only like it because it has the same feel as an Xbox One controller.
I don't know.
That's basically
I don't
it.
enjoy using it at all. I enjoy using my Xbox controller way better than this PlayStation 5 controller. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Damn, I get fucked. Yeah, that's
Yeah, maybe I need to buy like a better grip or something for it, but I do not like it at all.
Is
feels
it
very
like
painful.
smaller? Because like I know it has the same, like people say it has the same feel to it.
It's not smaller. It has like really like the grip and everything is good. I don't know what it is, but it just feels weird, dude.
It's probably just weird because like you're playing a PlayStation game with a controller that feels like Xbox. So like the buttons are probably kind of similar because like the PlayStation buttons and the Xbox buttons are not the same. I'm not talking like X, Y, and B and square, circle, X and stuff like that. Like they're literally
the
like
orientation, yeah. And
Yeah.
like they not only the positioning, but like like yeah,
Oh, well,
but
guess he might.
yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
like yeah, I know what you mean because I'm looking at them side by side, but like yeah, I know what you mean.
all right.
Because the Xbox button is more spacious and compact in a way, and like because I have like not the regular Xbox controller, but the Series S controller,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, I think I may have to buy like a better grip for the analog stick. Maybe that will make it better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't like it though.
Uh, well, what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Can't toss it out the window. That shit costs $70. It's money.
Yeah. Damn. Oh. Well, you want to go ahead and give a closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I don't have much else.
Look
Thanks.
both ways before you cross the street. Make sure. Let me stop.
This nigga said look both ways before he crosses the street. All right, man. You already know what it is. Kai Beat Podcast. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, sometimes these shits be getting kind of long, but we appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and we will catch you guys later.
Peace.
Later.